the challenge that was put towards you in the Gillingham game?
Yeah, definitely. I think, coming through Cat 1 academy football, you're used to the ball being on the ground a lot. It's a lot of passes. You're having 500 passes a game and stuff like that per team. And so to deal with the physical side, where that's probably my weaker area, and I can admit that, it's good for me. That's the experience I need.
Do you enjoy that side?
You're used to the ball being on the ground a lot. I wouldn't necessarily say I enjoy it, but I enjoy it when we're winning. So it's nice, to come out with a clean sheet is always a really proud feeling as a back line. And I think that really brings us together too. We're really, it's a fight. You're fighting for each other. You're fighting for your team.
What about that defensive unit and the momentum that you've built right now? That's a 4th successive clean sheet as a defensive unit.
Yeah, it's good. The boys take real pride in keeping the ball out of our net, and as you can see, you've got boys, throwing their body on the line, throwing their body everywhere. We won't get too caught up in the streaks of it. We just take each game and we go, we want to keep a clean sheet. We're going to do everything we can to keep that clean sheet.
John Tomkinson talking to Jamie yesterday. I was just asking, was it Mansfield away where we spotted John Tomkinson, who at that point was not supposed to have signed for Bradford City or be anywhere near Bradford City, and yet bizarrely there he was. That in some ways feels like an absolute lifetime ago, Jamie. How did you find talking to him yesterday? He seems happy in himself now.
Yeah, I think relieved as well that he's been given his chance. I remember seeing him for the MK Dons game away when City were beaten 4-1, and he'd just come back from USA international duty. Obviously he's part of the youth team there that are getting ready for the Olympics next summer, and he was nowhere near the first team fray. Obviously Kevin McDonald was caretaker player manager at that time, and he wasn't in the matchday squad, but he was just out there, sole figure, running around an empty Stadium MK, and you're just thinking, there's a young man that right now is not getting an absolute sniff. And all of a sudden, he's got a chance. He took it. He did really well in the Liverpool game, equally as well, if not better, in the Gillingham game because of the physicality through Ollie Hawkins mainly that he had to contest with. And yeah, he just comes across as a very likeable character. But as Andy's already outlined, he's got qualities in his game that no other centre-half at this football club possesses right now. Certainly not that's at the football club. Timmy Odesina, obviously, is very pacey, very quick, but he's on loan at Woking. And I think he really complements the back three. It's something that City have missed. I think Romney Critchlow offered it to them last season. Mark Hughes had him, he never used him. Still don't really understand why he didn't use him, because he was fit, he was able, he was ready to go. He's a USA youth international. And by the way, someone that David Wagner really rates at Norwich. And if it hadn't been for an injury in the summer, he was absolutely in their first team plans. Because he started this season late because of that injury, they've sent him out on loan. So it's a good time to get him back in the team, because I wonder if Norwich might have been coming in January saying, right then, he's coming back to us because you're not using him. And now he's playing and he's performing.
He must be a very relieved man in a way, Andy Kawamia, because ultimately it wasn't Graham Alexander that brought him to the club. So I guess when you arrive at a club and the manager that's agreed to you coming here leaves, there must be that element of uncertainty. Am I ever going to get a chance under this new guy? And yes, he has, and now he's grasping it with both hands.
Yeah, I think in that situation what will happen is that Norwich will want assurances that their player is going to be worthwhile him staying. I'll see, he might as well come, because like you've outlined, the manager that signed him has left. But I'm sure that Graham Alexander's given Norwich the assurances, look, I like what I see, I just need a little bit of time to see how the other people adapt. I've been here all
The new season's nearly here and the opinions are getting stronger.
We've got serious pulling power now.
What? To get the top players now?
Aye?
It's like I've been saying, if he settles the squad, we'll be back on top.
Only this time we're going for the quadruple.
You are joking, aren't you?
The time for talk is nearly over.
With over £4 million in free bet giveaways and huge price boosts, kick off your season with Sky Bet. That's betting better.
Vinicius Junior and on to Bellingham.
PlayStation.
Jameson Black Barrel unlocks a richer taste experience from barrels charred black by fire for notes of butterscotch, toasted oak and, ooh, moments like this.
You're built different. Breathing new life into broken. Taking matters into your own hands. Assembling big dreams from the small things. Never stopping until you find the right part at the right price. That's the eBay way.
Hello, football fans! This is a smart meter display. It helps you tackle energy usage, manage your spending, and keep you on target. Now that's a hat trick. Search Get a Smart Meter today.
Jameson Black Barrel unlocks a richer taste experience from barrels charred black by fire for notes of butterscotch, toasted oak and, ooh, moments like this.
Vinicius Junior and on to Bellingham.
PlayStation. The new season's nearly here and the opinions are getting stronger.
We've got serious pulling power now.
What? To get the top players now?
Aye?
It's like I've been saying, if he settles the squad, we'll be back on top.
Only this time we're going for the quadruple.
You are joking, aren't you?
The time for talk is nearly over.
With over £4 million in free bet giveaways and huge price boosts, kick off your season with Sky Bet. That's betting better.
They have, yeah, I've been delighted with Jay. He's done really well. I think he's one of the group that's done really well, and I think they're enjoying how we want to do things. I think whatever challenge we put in training, they're up for it, and I'm sure it'll continue because I think he's been really consistent for Bradford as a club, and I knew about his qualities, up in Scotland when I first went up there. So yeah, he's doing really well. So hopefully I'm sure it will continue.
So a lot of credit for Jamie Walker from Graham Alexander, who he says, he sometimes winces a little bit because he's not afraid to leave one on people in training, goes into it full throttle. How hard a balancing is that act, Andy? Because you want players to give their all in training, but equally you don't want them putting so much in training that it comes to a match day and they've got nothing left to give. How do you rein people in enough?
It's the standard that they set, and sometimes, a lot of the time, it becomes normal for the group to see that. But what you've got to do is make sure that they don't pick up those soft tissue injuries. They don't pick up those strains just from being their genuine, hard-working, aggressive self in training. You like them bringing that to training, but a lot of the time you have to kind of take the the times of the training sessions down, because as they go longer, they build more and more in. At the end, you've got a full-blooded game going on when you only wanted like 95, 85%, you know what I mean? When you got 100%, 110% because that's how they play. But it's great when you see it because you've got so many good players in the team that I can just imagine, and I had seen it where Alex Gilead, you know, will be putting his 100% in, you know, Bobby Poynton doing the same. Those young players that are in there will see, well, train the way you play. And having Jamie in there coming from Scotland brings that little edge, and you want in your group that little edge that sometimes they call it a little bit of devilment in training. You know, it's not really it's a word I'm looking for, where you're not looking to do any damage, but you're doing the work that's necessary. And if you catch somebody, you catch somebody, but you pick them up and say sorry. But the next time you've got to watch yourself because that person might be coming to retaliate. So that's why you got to keep an eye out in training, because there's no devilment that's really malicious.
No.
You know, it's always in good spirit, and the manager will see it, and it's a great thing. I can't say enough how much of a great thing it is to have in training.
In your time at Bradford City, who had the devilment in them when you were training? Who did you think, I don't want to be playing a quick five-a-side against them because they're always going properly hard?
Jamie. Yeah, it's Jamie Walker. Oh, Bradford City, sorry.
Your Bradford City days.
Listen. Right, okay. But I know him.
Was it you?
No, it wasn't. No, I know him. So the devilment was Wayne Jacobs.
Really?
Listen, I played at 3 clubs with Wayne Jacobs, right? The nicest guy you'll meet off the pitch. Get him on the pitch, right? And he's going through you, whether he knows you, whether he doesn't know you, you know, whether he knows your parents. He's what you see is what you get, right? And then I couldn't do it. I wouldn't be doing Lee Duxbury justice if I didn't say Lee Duxbury. Oh my days. So Dux and Jakes had to be on the same team.
Wow. I hope you're listening. Hello, Wayne Jacobs. Very happy Christmas to you. Good friend of us on BBC Radio Leeds, as is Lee Duxbury. Yeah, I would have liked to have been a fly on the wall for those training sessions. I bet they were quite feisty, to say the least. West Yorkshire Sport, BBC Radio Leeds. We are building up to 7:45 kick-off here at the Eco Power Stadium, home of Doncaster Rovers. We haven't really talked about them. We probably should. We'll do that in a few moments' time. You're very welcome if you are just tuning in. It'd be lovely to hear from you. If you'd like to join in the conversation, send us a message. 81333 for text messages. Start those with WYS. Maybe you're listening on iFollow in some far-flung tropical parts of the world. If you'd like to say hello, please do. You can tweet us as well at BBC WYS. Or send us a WhatsApp 08000 321 333. We'll be back with you in just a moment with a reminder of today's team news.
BBC Upload
with Hannah Sackville-Bryant.
If you're making something that might put a smile on someone else's face, I want to hear about it. BBC Upload is the place to show off your comedy, your artwork, your poetry, and you never know where it might lead. It's incredible, isn't it? Because you've gone from sending in your first poem to us, and now you've got a book out.
Well, I can't quite believe it, to be honest, but I'm really, really grateful for BBC Upload. So yeah, thank you very, very much.
No, thank you. So get involved. Head to bbc.co.uk/uploads.
Saturday evenings from 6.
BBC Radio Leeds.
West Yorkshire Sport.
BBC Radio Leeds.
Thank you for being with us. Mad Friday, festive football on BBC Radio Leeds, West Yorkshire Sport. League 2 action for you tonight. Full commentary on the way on all BBC Radio Leeds frequencies of Bradford City away at Doncaster Rovers. And if you are just tuning in, a reminder of tonight's team news with your commentator Jamie Rayner.
Yeah, rather unsurprisingly, Graham Alexander names an unchanged starting 11 from last Saturday's very impressive 2-0 victory away at Gillingham. In fact, the only change to the matchday squad comes in the form of Ash Taylor, back from his one-match suspension, taking the place of Sam Stubbs, who drops out of the matchday squad. Lewis in goal, Tompkinson, Platt and Kelly, your Bradford City back three from right to left. Brad Halliday on the right-hand side, Lewis Richards on the left of the midfield, a three-man midfield centrally, of Richie Smallwood slightly deeper, Alex Gilead to his right, Jamie Walker to his left. Top two of Andy Cook and Tyler Smith. The bench, Colin Doyle, Ash Taylor, Manny Osadebe, Alex Patterson, Clark Adwar, Verdane Oliver and Matty Derbyshire. As for the hosts this evening, Doncaster Rovers sitting 19th in the League 2 table, still licking their wounds from last Saturday's 5-0 hammering here at the Keepmoat at the hands of Morecambe. Grant McCann, their manager, makes 3 changes as Ian Lawler, the goalkeeper, comes back in for the first time since the beginning of September, replacing Louis Jones, who drops to their bench. Other changes see long-time Doncaster Rovers player Tommy Rowe replace Luke Molyneux, and the experience of Ben Close is the preferred option to Kyle Hurst, who again drops to the Doncaster bench. So 11 looks like this. Ian Lawler in goal, similar system and formation to Bradford City. Back 3 of Joseph Olowu, Tom Anderson and Jack Senior. Midfield 5 of on loan Hull City midfielder Tom Nixon. On the right hand side, Tommy Rowe. On the left, Harrison Biggins, Owen Bailey and Ben Close make up the midfield 3, and then the top 2 of Joe Ironside with 12 goals to his name, and Mo Farl on loan from West Brom with 9 goals to his name. Bench, Louis Jones, Jamie Sterry, Luke Molyneux, Kyle Hurst, Tavonga Kulea, Jack Goodman and Will Flint. Tonight's match referee is Ed Duckworth.
West Yorkshire Sport.
BBC Radio Leeds.
West Yorkshire Sport on BBC Radio Leeds. Fair few fixtures taking place in League 2 tonight. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 in total. Everybody who has left their Christmas shopping to the last minute and decided they needed to move this to a Friday night so they could crack on with it tomorrow. You done yours, by the way, Andy?
Yes, I have.
Good.
Merry Christmas, everyone.
I would expect nothing less. Jamie?
We finished today.
Oh, well done. Well done all round. So, yeah, anybody who's making their way down here tonight, which Bradford City fans are doing in fantastic number. It was over 2,800 sold. It's a fantastic turnout for a Friday night right before Christmas. In fact, they look very much like they're going to outnumber the home support the way this is going, although it's a bit hard to tell because the Donny fans are spread out quite a lot. There is one earlier kick-off. Forest Green obviously want to get done and get to the pub, so they kicked off I think at 7 o'clock. Forest Green Rovers 0, Gillingham 0. 25 minutes in that game, Troy Deeney now in charge. Interesting.
And he's gone for the full manager in the player manager role. He's not picked himself, and he's worn glasses to his own admission to make himself look smarter, he says. That's what he actually said.
Oh, really?
Nice, yeah.
So he's got the glasses, but they don't actually have any lenses in them properly. They're just clear. Anyway, that will be an interesting experiment to see how that goes, but they are 0-0 against Gillingham so far this evening. Donny Rovers then, Grant McCann in charge. We're going to hear a little bit from him in just a second to get a bit more of a flavour of where they're at the moment. How dangerous an opponent are they tonight, Andy, particularly coming off the back of that defeat?
Very dangerous, because they will be probably licking their wounds from that heavy defeat, and you know, Morecambe have not shown that kind of form, and then all of a sudden, so Doncaster will especially this is a Yorkshire derby, don't forget, so they'll be reminded of that before the game, and they'll be wanting to give everything especially a good account of themselves.
Anybody in that lineup that you would particularly pick out for needing some attention?
Well, Harrison Biggins is somebody that I've been familiar with for a while. You know, he's done really well when he's played, and Bertie's son, Bertie's dad, will be here at the game. So just from a nostalgic point of view, I think you better watch him because he's a Yorkshire lad and will have a point to prove.
Yeah, he knows the meaning of this fixture. We can hear a little bit from Doncaster Rovers boss Grant McCann, because he definitely wants to see a response to that 5-0 drubbing by Morecambe last time out. He said he's expecting a good game and a physical challenge again.
The new season's nearly here and the opinions are getting stronger.
We've got serious pulling power now.
Oh, to get the top 2 players now.
Right?
It's like I've been saying, if he settles the squad, we'll be back on top.
Only this time we're going for the quadruple.
You are joking, aren't you?
The time for talk is nearly over.
With over £4 million in free bet giveaways and huge price boosts, kick off your season with Sky Bet. That's betting better.
Vinicius Junior and on to Bellingham.
PlayStation. Jameson Black Barrel unlocks a richer taste experience from barrels charred black by fire for notes of butterscotch, toasted oak and Ooh, moments like this.
You're built different. Breathing new life into broken. Taking matters into your own hands. Assembling big dreams from the small things. Never stopping until you find the right part at the right price. That's the eBay way.
Hello, football fans. This is a smart meter display. It helps you tackle energy usage, manage your spending, and keep you on target. Now that's a hat trick. Search Get a Smart Meter today.
Jameson Black Barrel unlocks a richer taste experience from barrels charred black by fire for notes of butterscotch, toasted oak, and ooh, moments like this.
Vinicius Junior and on to Bellingham.
The new season's nearly here and the opinions are getting stronger.
We've got serious pulling power now.
To get the top two players now.
Right?
It's like I've been saying, if he settles the squad, we'll be back on top.
Only this time we're going for the quadruple.
You are joking, aren't you?
The time for talk is nearly over.
With over £4 million in free bet giveaways and huge price boosts, kick off your season with Sky Bet. That's betting better.
Thinking too much about what Donny have done, the potential repercussions of their heavy defeat that they've talked about. Just get on with your own business and it'll all be okay. Merry Christmas to all fellow Bantams and all at Radio Leeds. Thank you to whoever sent us that WhatsApp through. Happy Christmas to you too if you'd like to send a WhatsApp message. 08000 321 333 and put WYS at the start. A little bit of transfer news today then, which I just wanted to get your take on, Andy, was Ryan East joining Rochdale permanently. He's been there on loan. Are you surprised to see that move made permanent or not really?
Not really. Ryan East is a good player, and good players don't go on loan and not get snapped up if they're doing the business. I was just a little disappointed he didn't get a chance at Bradford City that he should have got. Whenever he came in, he did it really well, and I just don't think he fit into the Mark Hughes way of playing. And I think now that we've got the players that we've got now, I think it would be difficult for him to come back and sit on the bench and not play when he's had a taste of playing. So it is a situation where I feel that both teams have benefited from, even though I think he could still be playing in this team if he was given the chance.
Yeah, it's a difficult one, isn't it? Particularly with Graham Alexander saying that he's quite keen to kind of get the squad compacted down a little bit more. Then maybe that was the best decision for all concerned. With regard to the January transfer window, they're not far away now, and it's something we spoke to Jamie about a little bit yesterday. Graham Alexander saying he is looking to trim the squad rather than increasing it, and he is still making his mind up on 6 or 7 players.
I've not been here for
5-6 months, so I know everything about every player. There's still, just had a conversation with one of the guys who hasn't played for us yet, and I'm saying there's probably 6 or 7 in that boat where I've not had the opportunity. I've seen them every day in training, but the games are a different level and different sort of window of opportunity for me to see how players react to match scenarios. I'm not going in blind. I've seen them play before and all that sort of thing. I've seen them train, but until we ask put demands on them and expectations in the game, that's when they respond to that, and we can see if they can do that or not. But there's still probably 6 or 7 players that haven't had that opportunity, so they might get that opportunity between now and the start of January. They might get that through January, and so we'll only try to make decisions when we're pretty certain on the decision we're making is the right one. If we're a little bit unsure about it, then we'll try to give ourselves more time. But obviously, when you get towards the end of January, that time frame becomes short, and it probably accelerates your decision making a little bit.
Just on January and recruitment, and I guess conversations that you'll have with Ryan, with Stephen Gent as well, how does that dynamic work for you? Are they suggesting players to you? You give it a yes or a no? Are you going to them with players that you'd like to inquire about? How does it work?
Well, at the moment, it's us ascertaining what we have in the building.
Yeah.
That's the thing. So it's not like, oh yeah, he's a good player, but it's like, well, where do we need to improve? And that's the particular profile of player that we need to add to the ability and the quality we already have. So I certainly don't want 50 different players being thrown at me in different positions where we've got 5 players for that position already. So it's probably, as much as I'm learning how Ryan and Stephen want to work or have worked so far, it's them probably learn about me and what we need for the team as well. So I think that's through constant dialogue and communication, and we had a chat the other day, went through the squad completely, and I'm pretty certain he will help us. I'm not sure about this guy because he hasn't had the opportunity yet and stuff like that, as I just explained. So so I don't think there's vast amounts for us to bring in. I don't want to anyway, because I've spoke before about the number, the approximate number we want to work with. But we can't be ignorant or blind to the fact that if we can improve, then we have to try and take that opportunity. That's the thing that we have to be quite disciplined with and stringent with ourselves, that if there's somebody there that we think can help this group be even better, then we have to do our best to try and add that guy to our group. And but like I said before, it's not a long list. It's not a half a team to get. I'm delighted with what the players have shown in the last month or so, and hopefully that will continue. But so we'll just keep in constant dialogue, and if there's something we can do, I'm sure we'll try to do.
It's going to be interesting, January, see what they do. On balance, Andy, are you expecting it to be more departures than arrivals? Yeah,
I would expect there to be more, only because I think they've got the squad that's needed, but it's too heavy, it's too bloated, it's too big, and they could offload and then keep the pressure off the manager to travel with all these players that are not really going to play.
He's keeping his options open though, isn't he? He's saying, ultimately if we do identify a player that would add something to the squad that we've already got, but I never know in January how easy it is to bring in players that fit the bill with regards to that, unless you're willing to throw an awful lot of money at a situation.
Yeah, and he doesn't need to do that, because right now they've got probably, I'd say, one of the best squads in the league, and all they've got to do is really decide who they want for the running, so that they've got a cover for all the positions that's needed. And the only position I think that we could strengthen and really get a really big impact is the forward position, and we know how we could strengthen that.
Yeah, it'd be interesting to see what happens with that. Hello to David, looking forward to this game for City. Trepidation as we always muck it up against poor opposition, but fingers crossed. First away game this season. They need to improve the heating of these stadiums. I'm frozen. Yeah, we know, David. However, looking away to our left-hand side, where all the Bradford City fans are, which is absolutely bouncing. as I'm sure you can hear with the music in the background as well, they are having a lot of fun, the travelling Bradford City fans this evening. We were expecting, well, they'd sold over 2,800. It must be about 3,000 in there, definitely. Fantastic support. And they are having a good old time, shall we say. Let's hope they can deliver on the pitch as well to see it through. David saying poor opposition. I don't know. I mean, they're not having a great season, Doncaster Rovers, but again, it's not one to take lightly, is it? Despite them being, 19th in the league at the moment.
Yeah, especially in a derby. People underestimate how much a derby can mean to the fans and the bragging rights. We come knowing that, we're going to give everything because the fans are really supportive of this team. And when you've got the fans in there, they've got to just make sure that the boys understand how much it means. And like you're saying, you cannot ever underestimate any opposition, especially at this level, because any team on their day could give you a good run for your money.
Yeah, particularly one that's a bit of a wounded animal as well, and had a bit of a dressing down from their manager last time out. They will definitely be looking to put that right. We'll keep you abreast of all the scores from the 6 games taking place this evening right throughout the course of the evening. We're on the air right through till 10:30. A reminder that myself and Andy will be taking your calls after the final whistle. You can listen to all the post-match reaction online as well. Not the commentary, unfortunately, but you can pick that up on all BBC Radio Leeds frequencies tonight. So that's 92.4 FM, DAB digital radio, Freeview TV 719. You can listen to the commentary through your telly, or if you're following on iFollow as well, you are very welcome. And then post-match, we'll bring you all the reaction, and you can listen to that live, as well as all those frequencies on your smartphone or tablet too. Manchester City beating Fluminense in the Club World Cup by 3-0. Who needs that kind of fancied-down nonsense when you could be away at Doncaster on a Friday night? League 2, that's where it's at. Teams making their way out onto the pitch then. Can Bradford City extend their winning streak to 6 and give us all that early Christmas present? Handing you over then to your commentary team this afternoon. Former Bradford City winger, promotion winner and all-round top bloke, Andy Kwame, our expert summariser tonight, and your commentator, Jamie Rayner.
Proud to follow Bradford City.
West Yorkshire Sport, live.
BBC Radio Leeds.
Thank you, Catherine. BBC Radio Leeds, all frequencies, West Yorkshire Sport for your Friday evening, coming to you live from the Keepmoat Stadium under the lights for League 2 action as Bradford City travel to Doncaster Rovers in a Yorkshire derby. 2, 3, 4, 5, it could be 6 games on the spin for Graham Alexander and Chris Lucchetti as they look to extend their winning run. 3 days until Christmas now. It certainly feels like a mad Friday if we look over towards our left-hand side and see a packed-out away end. Near 3,000 Bradford City fans making the journey to South Yorkshire to support their team in fine festive spirit, no doubt, because of the fine form their team finds themselves in. Just 3 points now, the gap between Bradford City and the playoff places. We weren't thinking about that only a month ago. And after that 2-0 victory away at Gillingham last weekend, Bradford City now have the opportunity to make it 6 successive wins for the first time since 1994. Some record for Graham Alexander and Chris Lucchetti to achieve in the short space of time they've been at the football club. They name an unchanged Bradford City starting 11. Harry Lewis in goal, a back 3 of John Tompkinson, who keeps his spot, Matty Platt and Kieran Kelly, midfield 5 of Brad Halliday on the right, Lewis Richards on the left, Richie Smallwood slightly deeper with Alex Gilead to his left and Jamie Walker to his right. Top 2 of Tyler Smith and Andy Cook, who edged into double figures for the season with that bullet-free kick that went under the wall to make it 2-0 and just about wrapped up the 3 points in Kent last weekend. Andy Kwame alongside us, back in the commentary position for BBC Radio Leeds. It's a festive bonanza here at the Keepmoat Stadium. Look at that away end.
Beautiful, isn't it, Jamie? It's great to be here, and over this Christmas period hopefully we'll see the start of a really good period for Bradford City, and starting tonight at Doncaster with a win.
And Bradford City sporting their, I'm told, off-white away kits this Friday evening. They'll be playing from left to right as we see it, away from the travelling support, who have once again just let out another raucous roar as the game gets underway. Bradford City away at Doncaster Rovers, who themselves will be licking their wounds after last Saturday's 5-0 defeat at home here against Morecambe. They make 3 changes. We'll tell you their team in just a moment, but City already on the attack. But former Doncaster player Brad Halliday with a rare loose pass, and the ball is thumped towards us here in the main stand, and Matty Platt doing the defensive work there as Doncaster Rovers get a throw near side the left. So 3 changes for them. Ian Lawler, the goalkeeper, replacing Louis Jones. First appearance for him since the start of September. Tommy Rowe, such an experienced player, now into his 3rd spell with Doncaster Rovers, replacing Luke Molyneux. And then Ben Close is the preferred option for the younger Kyle Hurst, who drops to the Doncaster Rovers bench. Going with a similar system to Bradford City. They have it on the left as Senior swings in a deep cross. It's allowed to bounce at the back post. Lewis Richards heads it down, keeps a hold of the ball, carries out towards that far corner, and then he gets the clearance in. It deflects. No, it doesn't. It goes out clean. And so Doncaster Rovers have another throw far side, the right, inside the opening 2 minutes here, 0-0. Close on that far side for Nixon. Nixon running into the challenge of Richards, and Richards poking it back out for another throw.
Yes, early start to this game, just an opportunity there, a half chance for Andy Cook just to hit it. He didn't. It would have been the fastest goal of the season.
Doncaster Rovers looking to attack on the right hand side, but that return ball to Nixon was slightly heavy, and marshalling him off the ball was Richards, and out for a Bradford City goal kick. Well, we wondered whether it would be a back 4. That's how they lined up in their defensive drill, Doncaster Rovers. It might be a back 4, the way that Jack Senior is going back into his position, but it looks to me, Andy Cormier, correct me if I'm wrong, that it may be a back 3.
Yeah, it's a back 3, but it's just sitting in deep, you know, just putting the cover on. I think they're wary of the pace on the width that Bradford City have, and they're just making sure they get back in numbers.
Tom Anderson, the captain, losing out to Andy Cook, who flicks on and behind. Smith failed to bring that under control, so Olawu boots it out of play on this near side, and all of a sudden Bradford City are into the final third and have a throw near side there right. Brad Halliday ready to take in a definite back 3 of Bailey, Olawu and Tom Anderson. Fullbacks of Tom Nixon on the right and Jack Senior on the left. Midfield 3 of Biggins, Close and Rowe, and Ironside Farl lead the line for Doncaster. Tomkinson losing out to foul on that occasion, swung back into the penalty area by Small, but that one's dealt with. On the right hand side, Nixon for Doncaster picks up possession, plays it up the line straight onto Smallwood. Nice 1-2 there between himself and Gilead. Gilead then lifts it looking for Andy Cook, beaten to it by Owen Bailey, and Doncaster Rovers get the ball into Bradford City's half. Halliday poking it forward with the interception, nearly turning into a lofted through ball. It's cleared away, back out towards Halliday. He's dispossessed, and then it's curled forward by Tommy Rowe. Out of play for a Bradford City throw near side the right. 3 minutes into this game, BBC Radio leads 0-0 in the Yorkshire derby.
Yeah, Bradford City just taking their time to get to grips with this game, just seeing how the formation that Doncaster are playing fits into the way that they want to play.
Halliday with this throw up the line. Cook sandwiched between 2 Doncaster players. Olawu with the final touch on it as he heads it out of play, and Bradford City have gained about 30 yards on this near right. Now this throw in an attacking position for Brad Halliday. Once again, Smith offering the option up the line. Cook is inside the penalty area. Gilead drops the shoulder and turns away from his man and receives the throw. Plays it back to Halliday, who's met by the challenge of Rowe, and out for another throw near side the right. Pressure building, 4 minutes gone. Gilead back to Halliday, and then a third successive throw. Brad Halliday again readying to take. Tomkinson jogs towards him, as does Smallwood. Halliday goes long for Gilead. Gilead nods it behind, but then it's headed away. Chest control from Walker. Can't bring that ball under control. It's lofted out towards Richards, who gets the first time touch all wrong. And Nixon can clear it away on that far side, and Doncaster Rovers on the back foot as Bradford City have an attacking throw far side their left.
Yeah, just as the ball got headed out, it fell to Jamie Walker on the chest, just expecting just to have a little bit tighter, because he could have chest and volleyed it.
Richards with this throw for Bradford City. 0-0. Throws it into the ground. Cook beaten to it. And Doncaster Rovers just lose possession straight away. Midway point of their own half, Smallwood has it. Works it right. Halliday. Back to Tompkinson. Tompkinson nearly threads it through for Gilead, but interception comes in from Senior. And then Biggins plays it behind for Rowe to clear forward. Second ball is picked up by Biggins. He squares it in field for the arriving Close. And now Doncaster Rovers have it inside Bradford City's half. Close into the feet of Biggins. Edge of the penalty area. Challenge comes in from Matty Platt. And then Walker picks up the loose ball. Works it through for Smith. He's in a foot race with Olowu. And Olowu was first to it, but Smith has kept running. That puts Lawler under pressure, the goalkeeper. Out to the right it goes, where Bailey picks it up. Drills a flat ball forward, straight onto the feet of Platt. Gifted possession away. Smallwood over the top, looking for the run of Smith. Smith into the box, gets around his man. Was he brought down? Smith goes to the floor. Not too much in the way of protests from the City players out on the pitch, but for a moment there under Kiwomya, Smith looked to have got around his man.
Yeah, did well, played the ball neatly through his legs, and then seemed to be obstructed because the ball was the wrong side of the defender, but the referee waved it away.
Holliday's pass back to Lewis has meant that he can't pick it up, and his clearance is all wrong, and he's caught off his goal line. And he's dispossessed, and Doncaster Rovers have profited from that mistake. Joe Ironside from an almost impossible angle curls it into an empty net. Lewis took too much time on the clearance. He was caught in possession. A huge mistake from the Bradford City #1, and they trail early on in the Yorkshire derby. Doncaster Rovers 1, Bradford City 0. What was Lewis doing?
Well, he did. He took so long, Jeremy, and Joe Ironside showed why you close the goalkeeper down. The ricochet did fall for Ironside, who quickly turned and curled the ball delightfully into the open goal for the first goal. Doncaster Rovers 1-0.
Bradford City concede their first goal in 5 games. One might argue that the pass back from Halliday was a little hard to deal with. I'm trying to find an excuse maybe for Harry Lewis, but he took far too much time on the ball under Kiwomya.
Yeah, he did. He certainly did. And the moment it got closed down, you knew if he... I thought he was going to do a drag back or try and take it inside. He didn't. And he kicked it against Ironside, who then was fortunate for the ball to just fall at his feet. He turned a nice turn and curled it into the open net.
City trail early on here at Doncaster Rovers, who come into this game on the back of that awful 5-0 hammering against Morecambe here at home last Saturday. Grant McCann making 3 changes, pleading for a response from his team. So far, they've delivered, but City looking to respond in their own right. Jimmy Walker bundled to the floor. Nixon has it on the far side. Lofts one's forward. It's a poor ball. It's gifted possession straight back to Harry Lewis. He will have to put that mistake right to the back of his mind. Just the 3,000 City fans behind his goal to watch that error. Lumps it long, Harry Lewis. Headed forward by Nixon. Second ball won through Biggins. City clear it high up into the air. Kelly then grapples with Fowl and wins the aerial duel. Platt, high ball forward. Smith pushes his man to the floor. Cook works it left, but Richards didn't commit, so Nixon once again can clear away. High turnover of possession here. It's scrappy. It's not pleasant to watch. It bobbles out of play on the far side for a Doncaster thrower.
Yeah, Bradford City just a little bit shell-shocked. You know, they came into this game, they've had a good run of games, but not started the best at the moment. Just a little bit tentative and just playing off the back foot at the moment.
Kelly, getting that ball wrong, and it's picked up by Biggins, who started this game well. Smallwood over his right shoulder, puts the pressure on and manages to force the error. And then Halliday turns on the afterburners, races forward, feeds it through for Gilead now. Gilead and the angle, sees his cross deflected behind the side netting. Bradford City corner.
Yeah, excellent play from Brad Halliday, linking up with Alex Gilead. Gilead just looking across, wants to play a nice little ball across the box for Tyler Smith, just gets the deflection as it's on its way.
So corner Bradford City, near side the right. City fans find their voice. They watch from the opposing side of the ground. Halliday standing over this corner. Walker offering the short option, taking the short option, getting around Senior into the box. Squares it towards Andy Cook, but Anderson was there. First man to it, clears away for Doncaster. Bradford City throw.
Yeah, great innovation from the corner there, Brad Holloway, then to Jamie Walker, but the ball across to Andy Cook wasn't good enough.
Halliday throws. Tompkinson held off by Farl. Ball not clear though for Doncaster Rovers. 2-3 headers and then finally launched high up into the air by Rowe. Platt heads forward. Walker goes up for it. He's beaten in the air by Olowu. City send it back towards the front edge of Doncaster's penalty area. Walker brings down the Halliday header forward. He's caught. There was a late challenge. There's a definite free kick. The only question remains, will it be a booking? We will wait and see. But Bradford City have this set piece.
Yeah, it was very late. Jamie Walker just getting up to his feet now. Good distance to get a shot off at goal. But Richie Small was standing on it, which means for me, it looks like he's just going to nurse it into the box for one of the bigger players to head on goal.
It's probably 30, maybe 35 yards out, right of centre. There's just a one-man wall standing in the way of Richie Smallwood. Big men forward for Bradford City. Halliday's peeled away on the right. And Ruby Smallwood then clips it in, curls it in. Matthew Platt's there, free header over the crossbar. And Graham Alexander turns away in anguish and quite simply says, how?
Yeah, great ball from Richie Smallwood. Exactly where you want it to be. And Matty Platt's just coming onto it, he can see it. They say you've just got to say yes, just nod and say yes, and it's in the net. Easier said than done.
Golden opportunity there for Bradford City to pull level early on in this game. 12 minutes on the clock. Doncaster Rovers 1, Bradford City 0, courtesy of a Harry Lewis mistake. Caught in possession outside of his penalty area. Joe Ironside still with it all to do, but the experience of a man who's on 12 goals, now 13 for this season. An accomplished finish to curl it from a tight angle into an empty net. City, though, have built pressure since, and none more so than that. Huge chance for Matty Platt, who, of course, has 2 goals this season. 1 in the EFL Trophy and 1 in that 3-0 victory away at Forest Green Rovers. Scrappy this game so far, Andy Kiwomyu, it feels.
Yeah, both teams really just trying to get the ball under, but it suits Doncaster a little bit more the scrappier the game is.
City looking to build some fluidity into their attacking momentum, and they're doing so with Jamie Walker, so nimble on the ball, getting through 3 Doncaster players, holding on to it, working it left. That's nice. Richards now, edge of the final third, far side, the Bradford City left, goes up against his man, Nixon. Looks to cross, that's blocked. It deflects into the penalty area, and then at the near post is headed away by Bailey Farl. Gets the better of Kelly, but Kelly doesn't give up on it, Andy Kiwomyu, and dispossesses well.
Yeah, it was brilliant. Brilliant play by Kieran Kelly.
Switch of play by Platt, looking for Halliday, goes up for it with Jack Senior. Comes off the Doncaster Rovers fullback last. So a throw which is taken by Halliday for Tompkinson. Nice drop of the shoulder. Tompkinson squares infield for Matty Platt, midway point of City's half. Switch of play, good ball. Richards brings that ball under control. Slightly heavy touch, although he had it all to do, Lewis Richards, and Nixon takes a no-nonsense approach and belts it into the opposing stand here at the Keepmoat. And City with yet another throw far side the left.
Yeah, it's good from Bradford now. They're just applying the pressure a little bit more, under a little bit more control of this game, and that's what's needed.
Walker receives the throw. Challenge comes in from Rowe, and out for yet another throw on that far side. Under the lights here in South Yorkshire. Bradford City looking to make it 6 successive wins in all competitions. Suffered an early setback here at the Keepmoat. Richards with the throw. Into the penalty area it goes. Header takes it away from the Doncaster penalty area. Smallwood lifts it back in. Cook turns his man, waits for the ball to land. Cook still,
referee.
Is he pulled to the floor? Faint cries of penalty coming from Andy Cook as he looks towards the linesman on this near side, but Graham Alexander motionless.
Yeah, a lot of grappling going on in the box. Andy Cook pulled to the ground, felt that he was fouled, didn't really have the ball under much control, so it was very easy for the referee just to wave it away.
Another throw for Bradford City, which Cook chests into the path of Tyler Smith. But Smith in an offside position. Flag is up.
Yeah, it's very frustrating for the forward just to be flagged offside when he was in such a good position. He's just got to be patient. Watch the line.
Is that the key? I mean, not just in the forward line, but more generally, just to be patient.
Yeah, you've got to, like what we've seen at the moment is a team that's rushing a lot of things, what they're doing, you know, and sometimes very casual in possession. They've got to really assert themselves a lot more.
Here come Doncaster Rovers now, but they've lost possession once again. They look like a team that have just been beaten 5-0. I say that respectfully, but yes, they've got this early goal, but they're not keeping a hold of possession, Andy Kiwomya.
No, they're just fighting, aren't they? They just want to show the manager they want to stay in for the fight.
Olowu's ball forward, initially looking for the head of Fal. He lets it run, and Ironside tried to keep the attack alive, but it sails out of play for the Bradford City goal kick. Grant McCann coming back into his technical area to have a discussion with his assistant. The same can be said for Graham Alexander. Chris Laketti to his left. The pair in conversation. Doncaster Rovers 1, Bradford City 0. Joe Ironside on the score sheet for the hosts. Kieran Kelly lets that ball run out of play for a City throw far side the left, which Richards will take. As a player, when you've suffered a setback mainly due to an individual error, not to put too much light on that mistake from Harry Lewis, but it's clearly why Bradford City are 1-0 down. How do you deal with that as an outfield player?
Well, you know there's plenty of time on the clock, so you're just making sure that you don't give away any more silly mistakes so that you can stay in the game, get to half-time. Hopefully you'll pull a goal back and settle into the rhythm of the game that you are normally used to playing.
17 minutes gone in this game. Doncaster Rovers 1, Bradford City 0. Doncaster Rovers with this throw. Far side the right, near level with the front edge of Bradford City's penalty area. Neither side have really kept hold of possession. City better than Doncaster, fractionally in that department. The ball has gone out of play a lot, hasn't it? Another throw. It's very stop-start at the moment.
Yeah, it needs a little bit of quality. We need a little bit of quality from both teams, just to be shown so that the game settles down, and then both teams can then show what they can do.
Throw up the line, flicked on by a Doncaster player, but straight out for a Bradford City goal kick. So just 17 minutes gone in this game, as I say. Matty Platt with a golden chance as he headed over the crossbar. Richie Smallwood curling in a free kick to pull Bradford City level. Squandered that chance. Harry Lewis going long with the goal kick. Smith underneath it, as was Olowu, who heads forward, but straight to Halliday, who equally lifts one back into the penalty area. Cook grappling, fouling, and a free kick goes the way of Doncaster Rovers, just outside their penalty area.
Yeah, I'm a little bit surprised at the moment. We've got Tyler Smith going up for the kicks that are coming from Harry Lewis, when it should be the other way around, where Andy Cook is going and Tyler Smith is running off his shoulder. But it just seems that Andy Cook is a bit preoccupied at the moment with the defending and the defenders that are around him, and Tyler Smith's having to kind of find his way to the ball.
Well, we've seen on a couple of occasions already in this game that he's having to hold off two defenders either side of him. He's sandwiched in whenever that ball is sent into the penalty area. If he's running onto it or he's challenging aerially, he's got two men on him.
We should really give Tyler Smith a better opportunity to kind of feed off him and where the ball is going.
Tyler Smith, of course, formerly of Hull City, played under Grant McCann there. He was talking about his former striker in the press leading up to this evening's game. Rowe on the near touchline manages to just flick it up towards Senior.
That's brilliant.
Halliday took a touch on it. Senior looked to have it under control, but for a sliding challenge from John Tomkinson, who did really well at the concession of a throw near side the left.
They've certainly got to defend, haven't they, Bradford City? They can't take nothing for granted at the moment. They've got the fortuitous goal of Doncaster, and they don't really, Bradford City, need them to get another one.
Senior battling with Halliday on this near side, getting another throw. Fal is in there for the red and white striped Doncaster Rovers. As File takes it under control, manages to work it behind for Rowe. Now Senior touches straight into the shin of Halliday. Another throw. Now Biggins brings it under control. Biggins in this near corner. Looks to go through Gilead. Gets through Gilead. Squares it out of the penalty area for Close. And Nixon. City have pushed Doncaster back towards the midway point of Bradford City's half. Nixon on the far side. Swings in a left-footed ball straight into the palms of Harry Lewis, who collects that comfortably. And Graham Alexander just casually, calmly waves his players forward.
Yeah, it's a confident Doncaster team that we're seeing at the moment. Just keeping the ball there, growing in confidence. And Bradford City just have to be on their toes, making sure they don't become complacent.
Long ball forward. Andy Cook challenging with Anderson. Oh, that's a loose ball from Halliday. Smallwood doesn't really make connection with it. It's been hooked back up into the air and Walker brings it down. Now on the far side is Richards. Back into the feet of Smallwood. Gilead under pressure by Rowe, finding Halliday, but that was intercepted by Senior. Gets another chance, Gilead. Halliday on this near side. It's a good battle between Halliday and Senior.
Yep.
Curled forward by Tompkinson. Cook beaten to it by Olowu, and Doncaster Rovers have it in the right back position. They lead Bradford City by 1-0. Smallwood rather acrobatically gets the ball forward for Cook, who's bundled to the floor, dispossessed. Anderson with the challenge, and now Biggins. He's lost possession. Tompkinson for Smallwood. Smallwood then plays it straight to Rowe. This game's lacking quality, Andy Kwame. I can't say it any other way.
Yeah, it's Tommy Rowe that's just sitting in front of Andy Cook, stopping the supply to Andy Cook, and it's frustrating Andy Cook because he's got one person behind him, and then Tom Rowe just sitting in front, making it very difficult to get the ball to Cookie.
Neither side wanting to keep a hold of possession. It's like tennis at the moment, the way the ball's going from left to right. Fal flicking it on, Platt picking it up. Bradford City have the ball, and they go long, lifted long. Smith underneath it. Does really well to flick it on into the path of Jamie Walker, who keeps his balance. Didn't touch too many, slightly heavy touch. Cleared away, only half cleared though. Brad Halliday picks it up. Now Smallwood squares it left to the arriving Kelly. Kelly out towards Richards on the far touchline. Smith back to Kelly. And Kelly goes back and behind for Platt. Switch of play. Halliday underneath it, as is Senior. Walker nods it forward, plays brilliant. The 1-2. Walker into the box, squares it. Can't find Tyler Smith, who was waiting. Anderson clears away for Doncaster. Foul, lovely flick behind, releases Biggins now with space in front of him. Only Ironside in support, and Gilead with that engine working back and dispossessing Biggins. Harry Lewis curls it straight onto the chest of Close. Close now, midway point of City's half. Crosses, lifts it, looking for foul. Harry Lewis picks it up. The gentleman to my left-hand side is incandescent with fury that his Doncaster team didn't make more of yet another Harry Lewis error.
Yeah, he's just rushed Harry Lewis at the moment. He's trying to make up for that error, and he's doing everything at 100 miles an hour. He just needs to stay calm for the team at the moment. They'll make it right.
Well, there's a free kick for Bradford City inside their own half. 23 minutes gone in this game, quarter way through. Lifted out towards that far side. Foul, maybe? No, as Cook is pulled to the floor. Doncaster hoof it away. Foul, lays it off for Biggins. Biggins' heavy touch is then contested with by Smallwood, who's late on Biggins and just scythed into the floor. A little bit of frustration there maybe by Smallwood. No yellow card. Match referee this evening is Ed Duckworth. And another free kick and another pause to the game, Andy Kwame.
Yeah, this stop-start definitely in the favour of Doncaster, but it was a free kick by Richie Smallwood. He's going through the back of Biggins, who's been really instrumental in this Doncaster team at the moment.
Free kick sent long by Lawler. Ironside on the end of it, nods it down into a vacant area. That allows Gilead to hook it over his head and find the flick on from Andy Cook. He was looking for Tyler Smith, but that one's belted away through the presence of Anderson. Scores elsewhere in League Two as Harry Lewis picks up the ball. Still goalless between Forest Green Rovers and Gillingham. That one into the second half. 7 o'clock kickoff. Goalless between Colchester and Salford. Crawley Town 0, AFC Wimbledon 2. Goalless between Crewe and Barrow. Stockport County 1, Notts County 0. That's a feisty affair at Edgeley Park, top end of the table. Bradford City on the ball. They trail by a goal to 0 here at the Keepmoat, or the Eco Power Stadium, or whatever you want to call it. For me, it's the Keepmoat. Tomkinson on this near right. Just inside the Doncaster half. Graham Alexander wanted more in the way of support from those surrounding John Tomkinson. It's now out on the left for Richards. Back into the feet of the blue-booted Kelly. Here's Matty Platt, who's had Bradford City's best chance of the game so far. Out to the right for Tomkinson. Tomkinson carries it forward. Andy Cook, looping header. It's a shot on goal, and it's collected by Lawler.
Yeah, it's a good ball into the box by Jonathan Tomkinson, who was encouraged by Graham Alexander to go all the way, keep going. He's trying to encourage him to step into midfield and really support the forward line.
Doncaster looking to play out from the back, and they've got it all wrong. Here comes City now. Yes. Halliday through for Smith. Yes. Smith now with a chance, sandwiched between two Doncaster defenders. Got his shot away, and it was deflected behind, and there will be a Bradford City corner.
Yeah, excellent play from Brad Halliday, who robbed the fullback and then played a great little ball into Tyler Smith on the half turn. Smith just couldn't get the cleanest of strikes away, and it was deflected for a corner.
So corner will come in from the left.
Come on, City.
Walker's placed it on the edge of the quadrant. Richards is there with the short option should Walker use it. Walker will deliver this. It's a high ball. It's an in-swing. It's the back post. It's Andy
yes!
Cook. It's over the
Get
goal
in
line.
there, you beauty!
Andy Cook levels for Bradford City.
Andy Cook with a
he reels away in celebration. He scores again at the Keepmoat.
Get in there, you Andy
And
Cook,
after that early moment of adversity for Bradford City, they are back level in the Yorkshire Derby, and a firm round of applause from the Bradford City away end, led by Harry Lewis, and Andy Cook makes it 11 for the season. 1-1.
And what a ball into the box, and it was Cook at the far post that rose the highest, and he headed the ball straight into the middle of the goal. There's so many bodies on the line, they just got in each other's way, and it rolled over the line for Bradford City's first goal. Great header from Andy Cook, well deserved, and Bradford City level here at the Keepmoat.
Doubt him at your peril, Andy Cook. 11 now for the season. Scoring has never really been a problem for Andy Cook. Yes, he has dry spells, but then he has purple patches too. And it was a great header made by a great ball from Jamie Walker. Cluster of players worked it over the goal line, but the effort was on goal, and I hope those dubious goal panel individuals are feeling festive. They're chanting his name once again, the Bradford City supporters, on this Mad Friday. Tomkinson brings that high ball down, trying to find Jamie Walker, who was 10 yards in front of him, but just curls it out of play. And Doncaster Rovers with the throw near side the left. If we're being completely honest, other than that error from Harry Lewis and a fabulous finish, take nothing away from it from Joe Ironside, Doncaster really haven't threatened since then, Andy Kiwomya.
No, they haven't, but what they have shown is that they can just go against the run of play and score. Bradford City have come into this game a lot better in the last 10-15 minutes, hence the goal has been on the back of the momentum that they've shown.
Brad Halliday with this throw for Bradford City up the line. Cook grappling with Senior. Gilead nodding down the second ball. Smith bundled to the floor, then the ball's kicked into him from the clearance. It's looped onto the right boot of Richie Smallwood, and he volleys it forward. Then Walker picks up the second ball. There's a lot of that, and then his cross is blocked, deflected behind. Is it a corner? It is. And listen to that roar.
Yeah, that's the City roar that you can hear, because they know that whenever the ball is put in the box from these dangerous corners, Bradford City have got a good chance of scoring a goal. We've had Matty Platt and Andy Cook, both with good chances, where Cook has converted one.
Walker delivers towards the back post. Kelly on the end of it. Platt picks it up and it's curled towards goal, and Lawler pulls out the save, parried out towards Walker. Walker on this near right. Plays it behind for Halliday. Flat ball swung in there. Only half dealt with by Doncaster Rovers, who looked flustered. Now Smith on the volley. Sends it high over the crossbar. It wouldn't have counted because the flag goes up. I think that was an Alex Gilead curler, Andy Kiwomya.
Yeah, it certainly was from the edge of the box, Jamie, and Ian Lawler with a really nice save. One that you would say for the cameras, really full length and looked very acrobatic. He did exactly what he needed to do and kept the ball out of the net.
Held that pose long enough to make the Doncaster Rovers calendar for 2024, what do you reckon?
Yeah, he'll be in there, I'm sure.
It was a nice save, to be fair, but it was a good effort from Alex Gilead. Now, Joe Ironside battling with Richie Smallwood, who fell to the floor. It looked like his shirt had been pulled off. There's a City player who's gone down and stayed down, and Graham Alexander is absolutely furious. Whether it's because Smallwood was pulled to the floor or the City player on the floor, who I can't quite make out who it is, Andy Kiwomya, right now.
I want to say Kieran Kelly.
Yeah, I think you're right. Good eyes. Kieran Kelly in some discomfort at the moment. He's a big guy.
Yeah, certainly seems to have taken the brunt of some kind of clash there.
We do hope he's okay. He is being attended to. Alexander was far from happy. Turned around to the fourth official and you could just see it in his eyes. In fact, he's continuing to shake his head. Doncaster Rovers 1, Bradford City 1 on BBC Radio Leeds. City trailing early on. Harry Lewis took too much time on the ball. Pass was sent back to him, collected it just outside the penalty area. As he lined up to go long, Joe Ironside closed him down, dispossessed, and then still had it all to do. A near impossible angle, curled it into an open net. City, since that moment of adversity, have responded. They have built pressure. When a corner was swung in from the left, a high ball, a deep ball from Jamie Walker, straight onto the head of Andy Cook. He nodded it down into the danger zone. And following a cluster of players, it was bundled into the back of the net. Andy Cook's name on the score sheet. Bradford City all level. Kieran Kelly back to his feet and ready to come back on for Bradford City. For a moment, as is the protocol, 30 seconds to be exact, they have to be down to 10 men once play resumes, which will be right now. Dropped onto the foot of Ben Close, and Doncaster have it far side the right. Kieran Kelly now eagerly wanting to get back on as it's drilled in towards the back post, and Halliday does ever so well. Joe Ironside and Jack Senior both there. He was the lone figure, Brad Halliday, and he nods it out of play for a Doncaster throw, who are looking to build on this near side. Kieran Kelly still off the pitch, so eager to come back on. Graham Alexander wants him back on. The fourth official just holding on to him. Senior with this throw for Doncaster. Rowe plays it back to Senior. Senior then rolls it away from Walker, who does really well. He finds a ball towards the back post. Platt doesn't get a touch on it. Volleys crash straight in towards Richards. City haven't cleared their lines yet. Kieran Kelly is now back on. Close out towards Nixon on the right. Matty Platt heads away. Rowe nods it forward back into the penalty area. Nixon with the touch. Richards grappling. Richards with the sliding challenge. Richards taking it behind for a Doncaster corner. They're just under pressure here now, Bradford City, with 34 minutes on the clock. 1-1.
Yeah, they were certainly under pressure, Jamie, because Kieran Kelly was off the pitch and he would have been on that left-hand side of the pitch, really sort of trying to relieve the pressure. They were overloaded on that side for Bradford City, and that's why Graham Alexander was trying to get his player back onto the pitch so quickly.
And he will be defending this corner from the right under the lights here at the Keep Moats. Cluster of players on the penalty spot. As the wind picks up, you can see the corner flag next to Jack Senior. Just tilt to. And Senior steps away. Both arms aloft. And the referee blows his whistle before Senior can take the corner because he's unhappy with some grappling inside the penalty area. What are you seeing here, Andy Kiwomya?
Yeah, they're just going at the two, Richie Smallwood and the Doncaster player. I think it's Tom Rowe, yeah. And that's I mean, they're having a good little battle in there. but they've got to really keep it sensible, because you don't want to give any free kicks or penalties away.
Two very experienced players, Tommy Rowe and Richie Smallwood. So Senior with this corner, whipped in with real venom and at the near post. It's Andy Cook heading inside his own penalty area on this occasion and behind for another corner.
Yeah, that's great defending there from the centre forward. That's what you need in both boxes. You know, sometimes to be able to get your headers on goal and sometimes your headers away from goal. And he's doing a great job for the team there.
So another corner for Senior to whip in. That left foot of his whips it in swinger near post. City haven't yet cleared their lines. It goes behind and it will be another corner. Cluster of bodies frantically searching for the ball as it broke and as it fell. Work behind and another corner for Bradford City to defend.
Graham Alexander's not happy at something. He's trying to get somebody out to make the extra number for the 2v1, but if you go out there, you're leaving someone short in the box.
It's sent back in at the near post, and again there's a block from Matty Platt, which takes it behind for another corner, a fourth successive corner that will come in from the right.
It's good defending from Bradford City. They need to defend like this. They need to show that resilience.
Graham Alexander is frantically waving his arms on the edge of his technical area. He watches on, swinging near post again. Andy Cook heads away. It'll fall for Biggins, takes a touch, but Walker dispossesses him. Biggins then holds off Walker and keeps possession. Doncaster have it on the right. Senior swings it back in. Matty Platt is the first man as he heads it away. It comes back out towards Rowe, and then Bailey there just inside the penalty area clips it into the hands of Harry Lewis. He made no real connection with the ball, and City survived that Doncaster onslaught.
Excellent defending from Bradford City. There was good pressure from Doncaster Rovers, but Bradford City didn't wilt, they didn't give in. You know, they really rode it out, and they should get the rewards from that, just defending like that.
Barrow have taken a 1-0 lead at Crewe as Walker picks up a poor clearance, squares it left. You can hear the frustration from the Doncaster support. Richards does really well to turn away from his man, and he finds a ball. Halliday is there, but Senior and Olowu had it covered and just marshalled Halliday off it, and some firm low fives would suggest that they're very happy with their work as it goes behind for a Doncaster goal kick and a slap of the palm from Halliday.
He knows it was a good bowling by Richie Lewis and Lewis Richards, and he would have known. He just caught himself underneath the ball, Brad Halliday, and the defenders could then just stand tall and make it very difficult for him to jump.
Scores in the Championship: Bristol City 1, Hull City 1. Goalless between Swansea and Preston North End. In the Premier League, Aston Villa at home to Sheffield United, goalless in that game. 1-1 here between Doncaster Rovers and Bradford City. Jack Senior drilling a flat ball up this left channel for Tomkinson to defend, and he's bundled to the floor by Ironside. Stood his ground well there.
Did very well, did very, very well. And that's what you want in a defender. You want somebody who knows when he's in those wide areas just to stay strong, just to stay big and make it very difficult for the forward to get round him.
Former Bradford City winger, promotion winner in 1996. Andy Kiwami with us on BBC Radio Leeds, all frequencies this Friday evening, this festive Friday evening. Great to be in your company. Thank you as ever for choosing us, whether it's on the radio or on iFollow too. It's always great to be in your company. Cook just fails to return that ball for Walker. It was sent in towards him, it was aerial, it was difficult, but Walker had broken away on this right hand side.
Yeah, he certainly made a great run, Jamie Walker, and he's just rushing a little bit. I think he just feels a little bit like he's trying to do everything at 100 mile an hour. He's got the goal, just needs to settle in a little bit more.
There's been a lot of this in the near 40 minutes we've seen here at the Keepmoat. Ball just going high up into the air, once again curled forward, this time by Doncaster. And two Donny players go for it, and they clatter with one another, Ironside and Senior, and Ironside's hurt himself actually. Something to do with his hip maybe.
Yeah, he's come off second best, hasn't he?
Yeah.
On that.
Goes out for a City throw, which Halliday will take, but yeah, Ironside's...
I think he's winded.
Pick one up there, yeah, definitely. Yeah. He's leaning over. Walker. Back for Halliday. Chipped onto the head of Olowu for Doncaster. Nodded back towards Halliday, then A bit of head tennis, followed by Ironside grappling with Tompkinson. Tompkinson again standing firm.
Love it.
And rising to that physical test that he admitted in the victory at Gillingham was something that he's not used to. Said through the years of playing Category 1 academy football, the ball is played a lot on the floor, and that physical test, Andy, is not something he's all that used to, but he's got all the physicality to deal with it, it would seem.
Yeah, he has got those strengths and those abilities, and that's why he's on loan, to show those capabilities at this level so that he can then go and progress with his team if that's what they want him to do.
Doncaster Rovers throw near side the left. It's 1-1 in this game. Just over 4 minutes of normal time remaining on BBC Radio Leeds. Graham Alexander just getting that notepad out and resting it on his right knee as he scribbles down some instructions for his half-time team talk. The referee reminding Jack Senior that he needs to retreat about 10 yards to take this throw on the left. The former Halifax man leading the Shaman to FA Trophy success at Wembley, lifting the trophy itself for his hometown club, still holding on to this ball. And he throws it up the line, and Tompkinson again
brilliant,
grappling, marshalling, holding off Ironside. And it goes behind for a Bradford City goal kick. He's been superb, hasn't he?
Yeah, it's been really good, but again, Joanne says he's got to find another way. You can't bully Tompkinson as it seems at the moment, so you've got to find something else now. And that's credit to Tompkinson. He's shown him, look, try something different because you won't get front round me like that.
Lewis with the goal kick over the head of the chasing Andy Cook. And Bradford City get themselves a throw on that left-hand side. 81333 if you'd like to get in touch with us via text. WIS at the start of your messages. You can also WhatsApp 08000 321 333. WIS again at the start of your messages to make sure they come through to us here at the Keep Moat. Catherine will read some of those out at half-time. Or you can tweet X, whatever the terminology is now. At BBC WIS is where you can find us there. Cook does really well to get through two men.
Smith.
Big chance for Smith.
Yes! Get in there!
Top corner. The top two for Bradford City leading up. And goodness me, Tyler Smith enjoyed that one. Races away to that far corner flag.
Get in there, you little beauty.
Huge fist pumps from all Bradford City players. And what a finish that was from Tyler Smith. Hugh Bedlam in the away end here at the Keepmoat Stadium. Tyler Smith makes it 10 for the season. And he curled Bradford City into the lead in the Yorkshire Derby. On the stroke of half-time, Doncaster Rovers 1, Bradford City 2. They've turned it around.
What a finish. A sublime finish from Tyler Smith. But it wasn't just the finish. It was the reverse pass from Andy Cook for his striking partner that gave him the time and the space to put it into the postage stamp of the top corner of the net. That is a remarkable finish at this level. That is one of the goals of the season for me.
Yeah, the play that fed him through. Cook managed to worm his way between two players, and then the disguised pass to fool everybody. We were all waiting to see him pull the trigger. Picked out his strike partner, and he picked out the top corner. Fabulous finish from Tyler Smith. The pyrotechnic is thrown onto the field from the away end. A cloud of amber smoke now descends around Harry Lewis, who looks a very lonesome figure out towards our left-hand side. But what a goal that was from Tyler Smith. And that will do his confidence. Again, the world of good Andy Kiwomya. Back in South Yorkshire, this is his neck of the woods, and he really enjoyed it.
That is, I cannot say how good a finish that is. That is such a good finish. I want to stand up and applaud it myself, because right now, to put the ball into that stanchion, the back of the net, from that distance, gave the goalkeeper no chance. But it's Andy Cook as well that should take the plaudits, because he reversed that pass when everybody thought that it was going to shoot. He reversed it and gave Tyler Smith the time and opportunity to pick his corner, and he certainly did that with aplomb.
Well, just a break in play here, because a second pyrotechnic has been thrown onto the pitch here at the Keep Moat. You can hear the atmosphere. It's the epitome of Mad Friday, that, isn't it?
Certainly is.
Look at that.
Certainly is.
6 additional minutes goes up on the electronic board. I was saying earlier in the game, wasn't I, that it was a game that was lacking quality. That was the moment of quality.
Yeah, fantastic, fantastic. Game-changing moment.
Yep.
I think everybody on the pitch from Doncaster Rovers wanted to applaud, admired that, because sometimes there's moments of quality that you can't defend against, and that was one of those moments.
The referee is having to wait here because there's a pyrotechnic off the pitch, but the smoke is quite evidently blowing onto it, and so the referee is unhappy. He wants that removed completely before he can get the game back underway. So 6 minutes has gone up on the board, but we may have to wait even longer. I mean, I would say now that smoke has cleared away, but clearly the referee is adamant that the pyrotechnic needs to be removed, and one wonders if the stewards are just waiting for it to
say, can nobody come and deal with that?
Burn out. Yeah, I mean, it's now.
And I feel that we've seen that for the second time when Bradford City played Doncaster Rovers. Oh, yeah. You know, last season we saw it, didn't we, Jamie?
I remember Jamie Walker picking it up
in the same end. Yeah, that's right.
Well, if that's how they respond when their team score the opposing end, goodness knows what will happen second half.
Reaction.
We'll have that for you on BBC Radio Leeds. So play is back underway. Doncaster Rovers 1, Bradford City 2. After trailing early on, they now lead in the Yorkshire Derby, and they may fancy a third before the first half is out. Owen Bailey is there, though, to just nod it back for the keeper Lawler after Smallwood attempted to pick the run of Tyler Smith, who must be, as I said earlier, Andy, must be full of confidence with a finish like that.
Yeah, absolutely, full of confidence, and what he will have just shown his ex-former manager is, look, I've still got it. You know, I can do this. So don't be surprised of that finish, because that's something you've seen me do in games and in training.
5 goals in 39 appearances during his time at Hull City. This his 28th appearance for Bradford City and a 10th goal. Jamie Walker with a snapshot tries to worm his way through a cluster of Doncaster players who initially got the block in. Doncaster, they just don't clear their lines well, do they? They half clear it, but City managed to regain possession.
Yeah, what Bradford City are doing well really now is they're smothering their opponents and making it very difficult for them to get their heads up and clear their lines. They've really upped the tempo of Bradford City since the goal, and they're just turning the screw a little bit more and more as the game's going on. And they'll be lucky to get to half-time, Doncaster, and wanting to get the manager to settle them down a little bit and give them some more instructions.
Bradford City have just tweeted out this statement, a reminder that the use of pyrotechnic devices not only puts the safety of yourself and your fellow supporters at risk, but it is also strictly forbidden. Please refrain from using them. I'm not absolutely clued up on the ins and outs of this, but I know that it's a big point of investigation for the FA, and sometimes it can lead to fines, which is why the club are so adamant towards supporters to not use pyrotechnics. Despite the act of celebration and the understanding of that, you can completely see why the club are putting out a statement like that, Andy.
Yes, they've got to distance themselves from this pyrotechnics behaviour, throwing it onto the pitch. You know, we've seen it a few times now, and we are more akin to this situation because of what happened at Valley Parade many years ago.
Yep. Kieran Kelly heading away, Richie Smallwood picking up that ball. We've seen 4 minutes of the additional 6. I would hazard a guess that we may see more, as Jamie Walker is nudged in the back. He went to head the ball and he felt a big shove from behind as he fell. And the referee agreed and awards City a free kick on this near right-hand side. Turning this game around after trailing early on. They now lead by 2-1, courtesy of their top 2, Andy Cook and, goodness me, I had to stop myself from saying Naki Wells there. Andy Kiwomya.
It's very similar, wasn't it?
Isn't it just?
Well, they do.
The link-up play it's completely understandable why many City fans are likening that top two to the rather famous combination of James Hansen and Nahki Wells from yesteryears. And you can see it, the physicality of Cook, the brutal nature, the way he gets on the end of things, the power that he possesses, quite like Hansen, and then the nimble agility of Tyler Smith to play off the shoulder of the opposition defensive line and to pick out finishes like that. Well, here come Doncaster Rovers on the left-hand side. Foul getting the better of Tompkinson. Poor cross there, got that all wrong. And Swold was there to just clip it towards Halliday, but Halliday's clearance intercepted through Rowe. Here's Close for Doncaster. Ooh, Tompkinson with another error as the ball goes through. Ironside picks it up, left edge of the penalty area. At the byline now. Sense that it took a touch off a Bradford City defender, one of either Tompkinson or Halliday, and let it run for Doncaster Rovers corner on this near left.
Yeah, they're going to have to defend strong in the box right now, Bradford City, because we've seen that Doncaster are a threat at corners. They do possess good delivery and a big presence in the box.
Corner from the left-hand side. It's an in-swinger, and it's straight into the palms of Harry Lewis, who just nodded it to the floor, knocked it to the floor, and then picked it up on the second and now smothers it. We're on the stroke of half-time here. Bradford City now in the ascendancy.
Yeah, Grant McCann not happy with the fact that the keeper was able to just take that unchallenged, you know. But again, presence of Harry Lewis in the box noted.
High ball sent long from Lewis. Andy Cook underneath it, nods it onto Olowu. Halliday lets that run on the near side for a Bradford City throw. What will Graham Alexander and Chris Lucchetti be saying to their team, do you feel?
They will say, well done, really well done. Coming back into the game with two great goals and then finishing the half strong. Now we've just got to continue the second half as we finish the first.
Smith does really well to keep it in on this near side at the byline. Halliday swings it in. Andy Cook on the end of it. But he doesn't manage to find the target as it loops over the crossbar and behind for a Doncaster goal kick. Doncaster 1, Bradford City 2, and there goes the half-time whistle. Well, the first half of football that has had it all. Joe Ironside capitalising on a Harry Lewis error. Found a lovely finish to curl it into an empty net as Lewis was dispossessed, but then City found their groove and responded aptly. Andy Cook on the end of a Jamie Walker corner to make it 1-1, and then he slipped it through. He turned provider to assist Tyler Smith with a lovely curled finish into the top corner to turn it around in this first half. Half-time, Doncaster Rovers 1, Bradford City 2.
Right, it is it. I will be back in a minute or so. I'm just going to have a quick break. I will be back, and hoping my microphone volume is louder. So I'm just now going to...
Jameson Black Barrel unlocks a richer taste experience from barrels charred black by fire for notes of butterscotch, toasted oak, and ooh, moments like this.
Hello, football fans! This is a smart meter display. It helps you tackle energy usage, manage your spending, and keep you on target. Now that's a hat trick. Search Get a Smart Meter today.
Jameson Black Barrel unlocks a richer taste experience from barrels charred black by fire for notes of butterscotch, toasted oak, and ooh, moments like this.
Vinicius Junior, and on to Bellingham.
PlayStation.
Bigger picture for Harry Lewis, as you say, Andy, he's kind of saved points for Bradford City more often than the odd mistake, which is unfortunately he's had tonight. But so far so good. What does Graham Alexander do now approaching the second half? They've got the lead after periods, you know, it was quite scrappy overall towards the start of that game. But what does he do now approaching the second 45?
Well, first of all, he's got to scrape Tyler Smith off the ceiling, because he will be so elated with that finish and the combination of Andy Cook. But the team now are building in confidence, and one of the things that he's got to say is, right, listen, let's keep it tight at the back. Let's keep the second half a clean sheet, because we've seen there now that we can win this game. Even if it stays as it is, you know, we've won the game. So now nothing silly, keep it sensible, and make sure we then, if we can get the opportunity to score another 1 or 2 goals, let's do it. You know, let's build our confidence, let's score the goals, but keep it tight at the back.
And just a quick cursory look at the table. Yes, there was another 45 to go, but as it stands, Bradford would move up to 8th and just 3 points behind those playoff positions. Just to reiterate as well, nobody wants to be mealy-mouthed, nobody wants to spoil anyone's fun, but throwing flares, it is illegal. This is why Bradford City are putting out such a strongly worded statement saying, you know, use of pyrotechnic devices puts the safety of yourself and your fellow supporters at risk. It's also strictly forbidden. It is, you could get arrested. It's like 2 days before Christmas. You don't really want that to have to deal with.
Enjoy the game.
Yeah,
enjoy the game.
And you're absolutely right what you said in commentary, Andy, given the history of this football club, even more so.
Yeah, exactly. So nobody wants to be screwed, nobody wants to be upsetting anybody, nobody wants to spoil people's fun, but there's plenty of fun to be had without getting yourself arrested or potentially really hurting somebody. So one to bear in mind. West Yorkshire Sport, BBC Radio Leeds. Keep your messages coming through. Let us know what you've made of that first 45 minutes. Just how good is that Cook-Smith partnership going to be? 81333 for text messages. Start those with WYS. You can tweet us at BBC WYS, or you can send us a WhatsApp 08000 321 333. Half time then here at the Keepmoat Stadium. Doncaster Rovers 1, Bradford City 2.
Sport.
Live.
Halliday's pass back to Lewis has meant that he can't pick it up, and his clearance is all wrong, and he's caught off his goal line, and he's dispossessed, and Doncaster Rovers have profited from that mistake. Joe Ironside, from an almost impossible angle, curls it into an empty net. Lewis took too much time on the clearance. He was caught in possession. A huge mistake from the Bradford City number 1, and they trail early on in the Yorkshire derby. Doncaster Rovers 1, Bradford City 0. What was Lewis doing? So corner will come in from the left. Walker's placed it on the edge of the quadrant. Richards is there with the short option should Walker use it. Walker will deliver this. It's a high ball, it's an in-swing, it's the back post, it's Andy Cook. It's over the goal line. Andy Cook levels for Bradford City. He reels away in celebration. He scores again at the Keepmoat. And after that early, they are back level in the Yorkshire derby, and a firm round of applause from the Bradford City away end, led by Harry Lewis, and Andy Cook makes it 11 for the season. 1-1. Cook does really well to get through 2 men. Slips it through for Smith now. Big chance for Smith, and he takes it. Curls it into the top corner. The top 2 for Bradford City linking up, and goodness me, Tyler Smith enjoyed that one. Races away to that far corner flag. Huge fist pumps from all Bradford City players. And what a finish that was from Tyler Smith. Cue bedlam in the away end here at the Keepmoat Stadium. Tyler Smith makes it 10 for the season, and he curled Bradford City into the lead in the Yorkshire Derby. On the stroke of half-time, Doncaster Rovers 1, Bradford City 2. They've turned it around.
And quite a few League Two fixtures going on tonight, so let's get you up to date with those. Half times: Colchester 1, Salford City 0, Crawley 0, Wimbledon 2, Crewe 0, Barrow 1. That winning streak for Barrow just continues on and on, doesn't it? Stockport 1, Notts County 0. Those are all half-time scores, and the earlier kick-off currently goalless. Forest Green Rovers 0, Gillingham 0. 83 minutes played in that one.
BBC Leeds.
West Yorkshire Sport.
Live.
New Late Nights with Becky Want.
This is a first for me.
And Joe Good.
I like doing late nights because all the creatures of the night come out.
No secrets. You've got to be open. I think you've got to give of yourself when you're on air. You've got to be authentic. So yeah, my poor husband gets brought up all the time. My beautiful boy has grown up with being featured on my radio programme. So yeah, that won't change.
I talk about my dog. In fact, we are going to do a feature called Barking at the Moon, which will feature many dogs. So I am really excited about this.
Late Night Becky, Sunday to Thursday. Late Night Joe, Friday and Saturdays.
BBC Radio Leeds.
Catherine here with you then, live from Doncaster's Eco Power Stadium, also known as the Keepmoat. Bradford City in the lead at half-time. They're beating Donny by 2-1. Steve, hello. Melton Bantam. That disguised reverse pass by Andy Cook for Tyler Smith was just sublime. Yes, it was, Steve. Thank you for your message. Andrew's watching the game on iFollow from just off the coast of Ecuador. Has Alexander got us back on track? Yes, it would seem so. Certainly for now, up the Bantams from Andy. Thank you very much for that. Keep your messages coming through to us and let us know. Some criticism as well for those flares being thrown. Sportswear Dave, hello. Sort yourself out. Some Bradford fans. Graham does all this work and you put it at risk by throwing pyrotechnics. You are unworthy to call yourselves true supporters. If you know who these idiots are, please deal with them before we get heavy fines or worse. I'm sure there will be repercussions from that. You can tweet us at BBC WYS. Send your text messages through to 81333, starting those with WYS, and save for WhatsApps on 08000 321 333. Now, while we're all about Bradford City this evening, also an interesting week for Bradford Park Avenue, who've appointed a new manager following the sacking of Mark Bauer at the start of November. The man now at the helm is the former Macclesfield player and manager, Danny Whittaker. Now, Whittaker admits he felt pretty bitter at the time after being sacked by the Silkmen, now owned by Robbie Savage. They were top of the league at the time. They decided to change the manager, but he does say he's a better person now for it, and he's ready to get Park Avenue back up the league, and definitely says he's not fazed by the challenge ahead.
Well, firstly, you're not really going to get in somewhere where it's going to be an easy start. Every job you potentially go into is going to be difficult to start with, because that's why you're in there in the first place. So fully aware of the challenge ahead, but more than happy after seeing the game on Saturday with how the players played and the result that they got. Loads to work on with. It looks like it's a really good group of players that just need guidance, organisation, and a few players added to it potentially to help them even more push up the table.
Watching them against your old club, thinking this is going to be my new club, must have been a slightly strange experience.
Yeah, it was a bit weird, really weird, if I'm honest, but that's how football works at times. Strange things happen.
Right,
and it's
hopefully
it's weird how things come about, but
sound
no, it was good to see them, and the performance they put in was fantastic, and it fills me with confidence knowing that I've got a good group of players to work with, like I said, and hopefully I can help them straight away, and we can pick up more points.
Oh, Barry, thank you for liking.
The weekend and take it forward.
Just a quick one on Macclesfield. As I say, you've got an awful lot of credit in the bank there.
So
the fans
let's
clearly
see
love you for everything that you achieved with them. But do you still feel in any way a bit hurt over what happened there? Because you were top of the league when they decided to make the change.
Yeah. No, I'm over that now. I was bitter at the time, as you would be, just because of the circumstances. We were doing a really good job there, and it was things behind the scenes that potentially led to that. So it wasn't necessarily the performances on the pitch as a sole indicator in terms of why that happened and what anything I was doing wrong. There was a bit of a build-up behind the scenes towards that, and things happen in life, and you just move on, don't you? You get on with it, and that's exactly what
Yep, I think.
it gave me a chance to step away and
Thank
evaluate
you
myself
for
and
liking the stream.
things I could potentially do better when I go in somewhere else. And like I said to Tom the other week, I mean,
So sound volume should be loud.
a better version of me than what
I
I
tried to
was
turn
12 months
everything
ago.
up.
So that can only help the club as a whole, and it'll help me and the boys going forward.
As you say, I mean, going through that experience and a bit of period of reflection can be incredibly helpful with hindsight. What do you think you've maybe learned about yourself then over these last few months?
I'd probably say to really back yourself and go with your gut instinct the majority of the time. That normally is the right thing to do. Don't be hesitant over making decisions. You know, as long as you're making them for the right reasons, then that's always good. And just be true to yourself, really. You know, if you've got beliefs and you've got principles you want to work with, then go with them. As long as you've got reasons behind that, and you know what you're talking about, and getting the lads on board as well, which is a big thing. But
Thanks,
they're
Barbara
quite
Jean, for the
receptive
follow.
to change. Like Tom's already spoke about it. The reaction he's had since he's been in interim charge. So I'm fairly confident. And, it's all about learning. When you're a player, you're just constantly learning from game to game, and it's the same when you're coaching and managing. You're learning after every session, after every game, and then when you do have a big down, it's just hopefully a time to reflect. You know, regroup, make yourself aware of things you could do better in the future, and then move on.
Danny Whitaker, best of luck to him now at the helm of Bradford Park Avenue. If you want to go and support them tomorrow, if you're a Bradford fan, I know we're not that far away and we have old rivalries and all of that kind of stuff, but if you fancy, but Saturday afternoon action, they're at home at the Horsefall against Bamber Bridge tomorrow. See how Danny Whitaker gets on in his first game in charge. Players back out on the pitch here then. Bradford City in the lead at the moment, up to 8th in the table at the moment, and looking good for those deliver in this second 45. Handing you back to our expert summariser,
Oh yeah, 6 minutes
Andy
that they don't want it.
and new commentator Jamie Rayner.
Bradford City turning it around in that first half and looking to continue the fine form that they find themselves on. At the moment, they're set for a 6th successive straight win in all competitions, which is no mean feat, given that Graham Alexander and Chris Lucchetti
right, and
into their 8th game.
Now back live. So just looking at a couple of results at half time. So in the Premier League, Aston Villa 0, Sheffield 0, Bristol 1, Hull 2, Swansea 0, Preston 0, Cambridge 1, Exeter 0, Forest Green 0, Gillingham 0, Colchester 1, Salford 0, Crawley 0, Wimbledon 2, Crewe 0, Barrow 1, Doncaster 1, Bradford 2, Stockport 1, Notts County 0. And currently at the league table, we are up to 8th, and we are 3 points away from the playoffs. So things are changing, and I do not like that echo.
Was it a scrappy first half, wasn't it, Andy Kiwomya? But there was 2 moments of quality, particularly the second moment of quality. Of course, I'm talking about the goals here. They've given Bradford City the lead in this game.
Yeah, and that's what they needed to bring to this game. As you said, Jamie, very scrappy. But the moments of quality that teams need to bring to games to give you their edge, Bradford City have done that, and they need to make sure they keep that in the second half.
Right.
And they've got a throw on that far side, which Brad Halliday is readying to take, and he goes up the line with a long throw, looking for Andy Cook, who's beaten to it. Header comes out towards Tompkinson, just in from the halfway line. It's flicked on behind Gilead, and then half volleyed high up into the air by Bailey. Tompkinson volleys it forward. Smith gives chase. Bailey is there once again for Doncaster Rovers, and then Kieran Kelly just wrestles foul to the floor. Definite foul and a free kick for Doncaster Rovers on the halfway line. I suppose a challenge for Bradford City here. Andy Kiwomya, as the free kick is taken quickly. Kelly gets the challenge in and dispossesses Biggins. Gilead working back to pick up the second ball, and Richards goes long. The challenge for City will be to get that third.
So I think I have now sorted that out. So let's have a look. Stream.
Again, it's just making sure that you make sure they keep that quality in the game to allow you to keep pressing the team and getting that edge.
Well, Tyler Smith is a little late there on.
So, I think I have now sorted that
player.
out. So let's have a look at stream.
I think it's Biggins who's
Yep.
on the floor at
Sorted.
the moment. So there will be a free kick for the hosts. Just right of centre.
So, if we get people's opinions, do you like the setup, what we've got here? Like we've got the... I can close that down now.
Definitely caught him, and I beg your pardon, it was Bailey, the Doncaster player, who felt that. He just limps away from the scene of the crime, and Doncaster with this opportunity to get the ball into the box. Close, the man to take. Curls it in with height. Tompkinson at the back post was the free man. Heads it out of the left edge of City's penalty area. Halliday and Gilead chasing after it. Here's Biggins not crossing, which has irked the home support. Then the ball is sent in there, but the angle had gone against the cross there, Andy Kiwomir, and the attack breaks down and City have a goal kick.
Yeah, they missed the opportunity to put the ball into the box, did Harrison Biggins, and that's why the fans were frustrated. The angle then of approach changed, and so did the cross, leaving Doncaster with very little to come from that cross.
So a long ball on the way from Harry Lewis, and it's launched high up into the air as well. Kelly on the second ball heads it forward looking for Cook. Again, bit of head tennis in the middle of the park. Cook nods it down for Walker. Chest control. Walker then takes it around his man. Jamie Walker with a chance. Pulls the trigger. It's blocked. Deflects out towards Halliday, who then loops it onto the head of Walker. Edge of the D. Nods it into the box. Not once, but twice. And it's cleared away. It's scrappy. Doncaster can't clear their lines. Gilead holds off his man, but then he's dispossessed, and it's picked up from close. Sent forward on that far left channel. Tompkinson lets it go for a Bradford City throw.
I'll tell you what I've seen that's changed, and it's an apparent change, obvious change, the energy that Bradford have just started the second half with. Normally we see a bright first half or a bright second half, but we don't see two bright halves.
Halliday on the overlapping run. Nice ball fed through from Walker. Crosses blocked, deflected behind, and there will be a corner Bradford City. Cue that roar from the away end.
Again, good pressure. Just building from the first half into the second half. You know, this pressure, trying to extend their lead, Bradford City.
And the short corner routine is an option once more as Jamie Walker stands about 5 yards to the left of Brad Halliday. They've used it to great effect so far of the Bantams. Walker does receive it, and he curls it. Outswinger. Hook falls to the floor and is adjudged to have fouled Tom Anderson. Andy Cook perplexed, enraged by that call as he darts towards the referee. Does he feel that maybe the infringement went the other way, Andy Cromwell?
Yeah, like we've seen, there's a lot of grappling going on in the box, and Andy Cook feels that, hey, if their defender's doing it, then I'm allowed to do it, and you've got to then judge us on who comes out with the ball, and at the moment, he's not getting a fair crack of the whip, Andy Cook.
Kieran Kelly doing the defensive work there and blasting the ball out of play, and hits the roof, comes back onto the pitch, but another ball has been given, and there'll be a throw on this near right hand side. 51 minutes gone. Doncaster 1, Bradford City 2. And swung in by Doncaster. Platt volleys it high up into the air and away. Cook underneath it, as was Anderson. Smallwood then winning the aerial duel, and then it's hooked over the top for Andy Cook to give chase. Anderson nods it back to Lawler, who was quick to react. And he raced towards the edge of his penalty area to hold on to that ball.
Yeah, it's good defending there from Doncaster. It looked like Cook was in a foot race, but in the end, it was well marshalled back to the goalkeeper by the defender.
And the ball goes up. Smallwood nods it aerially. Anderson heads it forward, and Tompkinson fouls foul, and there will be a free kick for Doncaster Rovers. Dead central, midway point of Bradford City's half. The ball has been in the air so much, Andy Kiwomir.
Yeah, it's just been such an aerial battle, hasn't it? and not being able to play. But I don't know if the Storm has had anything. I know it doesn't feel like there is, but it may be out on the pitch. There's a little bit more wind blowing in there and more tendency to just put it up.
Come on, City.
First quarter call is to look towards the corner flags in that respect. Too much movement at the moment, but in the first half we definitely saw that. So this free kick for Doncaster Rovers. Close standing over it, as is Senior. It's Close who clips it in there. Platt heads away, and then Halliday backs him up. And sent towards the edge of the penalty area, and then it's further half volleyed away by Platt into Doncaster's half, who have possession on this right-hand side. Close. Lifted onto the chest of Biggins, near side the right, and then Nixon just touches it out of play. City put him under pressure, forced the error, and now they've got a throw. They have a 2-1 lead here at the Keepmoat Stadium.
Yeah, it's Graham Alexander a few weeks ago. I heard him say in the post-match they found a way to win, and that's what he was looking for his team to do this evening, just grind out a result any which way.
Biggins lifts it over his head, but before he can do that, the referee blows his whistle, and Andy Cook is adjudged to have fouled.
Yeah, right, John. Yep, Bradford City. Come on, boys. Welcome to the stream. Hope you're enjoying yourself.
Conversation with the referee, Ed Duckworth. And just a discussion, nothing more. So a free kick for Doncaster Rovers. Graham Alexander pleading the innocence of his forward to the fourth official, as this free kick is drilled from right to left. Halliday picks up the loose ball, it breaks for him. And then he
need to take my medication.
On that far side, returns it to
I'm getting there, John. Just on medication currently for my blood clots and stuff, so I'm just checking them now. So we're back in 2 seconds.
Walker with a lovely cross, looking for Cook, failing to find him as Anderson heads away for Doncaster, but Smallwood spreads the second ball out towards Richards on this near side. Gilead makes the diagonal run, Richards goes infield, he may go alone, Richards right for
Merry Christmas to you.
Tomkinson on the far side, now with Halliday.
Having a good result that week at Bradford currently.
Smallwood. For Walker on that far side, but the interception comes in. Tomkinson then tries to regain possession, and he does so. Then Walker on the half turn. Looks to touch through Holloway.
Keep forgetting to my mic. Keep forgetting to take my thing off.
Straight to City. They can't keep a hold of possession here, the hosts. Nice footwork from Gilead to create space. Smallwood back to...
I'm watching an I followed.
...the halfway line for Bradford City, who lead by 2-1 here at the Keepmoat Stadium. Andy Cook receives the pass from Richards. Holds off his man, plays it back into City's half where he finds Platt. Platt
then you can actually hear me because I've been having issues.
Will chase after it.
Yep. And am I coming through clear, John?
For Doncaster, because their clearance is straight to City, who are now high up the field. Smallwood, Walker on the half turn.
Let's see what it's like here.
Right-hand side. Halliday lays it off for the arriving Tomkinson. Now into the feet of Walker, back to Halliday. Challenge comes in from Doncaster. Takes the ball out towards Platt on the halfway line. Platt lifted onto the head of Cook. He flicks it behind for Richards. Richards then, first time cross is blocked and will come back out to him. He lets it run. And
yeah, that's sorted on there now. I think it's coming through loud.
Excellent sustained pressure there from Bradford City. Pass after pass after pass.
So just looking at a couple of results while we're here. Updates. So Salford is still losing 1-0. Barrow now winning 2-0. That's with a Gardner penalty. Okay.
Clears away for Doncaster. Walker has touched it into the path of Senior on that far side, but Walker was fouled as he did it. And so, despite Doncaster Rovers sensing a counter-attack,
so I hope you're enjoying the setup I've got as well.
Yes. They certainly will, Jamie. I'm just looking on the touchline. Both Chris Laketti and the assistant at Doncaster Rovers have been talking to fourth official about something that's taken place on the pitch. Not happy about.
So Halliday is on the ball here.
Halliday with this free kick. It's at the midway point of Doncaster's half. We'll keep an eye on Chris Laketti.
In Keighley, mate.
What that might be about. Smallwood's trotted over towards Halliday.
I normally do go to the games, but I'm currently got blood clots and been diagnosed with diabetes, so that's why I'm not at the game currently. I'm hoping to go to the Morecambe game.
Doncaster though managed to get the ball away. It's a sliced clearance high up into the air. Gilead lets it bounce. And then neither team can bring it down. It breaks for Andy Cook, but fouls, long legs. Do really well to keep that ball under control. Nixon on the near side for Doncaster Rovers. As we approach the hour mark here on BBC
Crew
Radio
have scored.
Anderson, the captain, goes long. Platt beats Ironside to it in the air at the concession of a throw near side the right. Scores elsewhere in League Two. Colchester 1, Salford City.
So I will be doing a post space on X after this. Hopefully also it will be live on here as well.
Notts County 0. The earlier kickoff goalless between Forest Green Rovers and Gillingham.
So I've sorted all my issues out with our jester, so it will be a podcast as well. So if you want to share it with your mates or anything, share the link on here with your friends. Go for it.
They lead here at Doncaster Rovers by 2-1 as Grant McCann gets ready to make a double switch. Luke Molyneux and Jamie Sterry poised and ready to enter the fray. Lewis with this goal kick for Bradford City. Kelly grappling with Ironside and fouled by Ironside, to the frustration and disdain of the home supports, led by Grant McCann in his technical area. Breaking play then, we'll see this double change. So Molyneux replaces Biggins and Sterry.
Also, I am on TikTok. Interested?
Nixon. So we'll just see what that means.
That's Braceodge1 on TikTok as well. If you like what you're hearing and stuff, Braceodge on Twitter. And also on Twitch, Braceodge again. And other social service or social media services. Come on, boys. 2-1 Bradford, coming up to the 60th minute.
Switch of play from left to right. Cook chasing to get underneath it. Walker
Go on, Cookie. Oh, Walker, sorry. Bradford are actually now, I think, in control of the game. Oof.
Back into the penalty area. The second ball is there for Halliday to take.
Just gutted I can't go to the game today. I would love to be in here.
Faint cries of penalty as he was brought to the floor, but nothing doing in the eyes of the referee, and the clearance takes it out for a Bradford City throw far side the right. Halliday then up the line for Smith. Takes the ball under control. Back for Tompkinson. Smallwood put under pressure by the new arrival in Molyneux. Smallwood working really hard to keep it in play. Sliding to his knees to...
Yeah, Bradford are still in possession. Oh, giving it away.
Grappling there with Rowe.
Good header.
Doncaster clearance gets the ball up the field for the hosts. Here's Molyneux. The new entry. Sterry. Back for Bailey. And then close around the corner for Sterry to chase after, but too much on it. And Kelly can just leave that. And Bradford City have a goal kick.
Yeah, it's good defending from Bradford City. They're just making sure they keep it tight. You know, while chasing the third goal, they just don't want to give any or space.
I think there's some Champions League football today, isn't there, as well? Champions League on.
Goal kick for Harry Lewis. Goodness me, I've just looked at the League Two table for the first time. Well, that is a big difference, but I know I've been in this job long enough now to know if I tell you that,
Champions
League
League.
City fans, so I'm going to keep it to myself. You can look as Jamie Walker takes it into the penalty area. Jamie Walker! Oh.
Nearly Walker.
Great effort from the Scot. Drags his shot wide. He made it all himself. As is so often the case for Jamie Walker. Good chance.
Yeah, very good chance. Jamie Walker broke. He then broke into the box, got a good angle, but his shot just went wide past the post.
61 minutes gone in this game. The away end in fine.
Oh, I thought
at the Keepmoat Stadium, watching their side.
Not.
Lead Doncaster Rovers by 2-1.
Oops, Swansea have scored. They're currently 1-0 Preston.
Rovers will still feel that they're in this game. They're in this Yorkshire derby. Senior. Back to Rowe. And now Olowu on the halfway line. Out to the left. Rowe curls it forward. There is Tompkinson for Bradford City. Takes a touch and then crashes it towards the halfway line. Doncaster Rovers pick up possession through Close. He squares it right. Space now for Bailey to stride forward the defender. He floats one into the box. Tomkinson gets a head on it, takes it towards the right edge of the box, and there was Richards, who wasn't sure where Sterry was over his left shoulder, and so had to take evasive action. Clears it out for a Doncaster throw near side the right. Sterry, flat throw. Kelly heads away. That's picked up by Close, and to use his surname, goes somewhat close, but Harry Lewis had it covered.
Yeah, Close not getting close enough, and that chance just shows you that Doncaster is still a threat. They're still in this game. You've got to be careful, Bradford. Don't become complacent. It's only a slender lead of 1 goal.
So Harry Lewis with this goal kick.
So Lewis kicks it out.
High ball. Andy Cook on the end of it, nods it infield.
Come on, boys. Get back out of the game. Oh, Jamie. Giving it away.
Over him, but City have lost possession. Ironside, the goal scorer.
Good ball. Come on.
He's dispossessed, and now Smallwood can bring it forward, and City flood forward in numbers.
What a ball. Oh, Walker nearly.
Smith. And now Farl dispossesses Tomkinson on that far side. Tomkinson racing towards him.
Giving a free kick away in the middle, just outside the centre circle.
The tall striker. And there will be a free kick for Doncaster Rovers.
There used to be a centre forward called Paulo Wanchop, a lot of legs. He does more foul, reminds me of him. When he gets into his stride and he opens up, he just looks to glide past players, and it's very difficult to get in front of him once he opens up those legs.
High line for Bradford City, just outside the penalty area. It's curled in towards the
Get
box.
rid of it, boys.
Tomkinson does his
Go on,
really well
go on.
now.
Set. Oh, booking. That's a booking, ref.
And he looks to be in some real pain here, Jamie Walker. Clipped from behind, fell to the floor.
Get him booked.
We might get our first yellow card of the game. It's taken a little while. So the referee has got
First booking at game. Well done, referee.
yellow card for Jack Senior.
Yeah, very sore in the morning that will be for Jamie Walker, and I think this is where the manager will be mindful to use his subs. You know, you don't want, when somebody like Jamie is struggling with an injury or gets a knock like that, you know, doesn't need to play, and get it attended to straight away, and get someone on that's similar, like Alex Patterson, you know, to finish the remainder of the game.
Well, they're not short on options, are they? I think we've had that discussion quite a lot this season. Alex Patterson, the most obvious replacement.
Oh, Preston 1-0 now.
As soon as we say that, he appears from the benches, and he just jogs out on this near touchline to maybe get warm. We are into the 66th minute here at the Keepmoat Stadium. Doncaster Rovers 1, Bradford City 2. Long breaking play here. You have to fear a little bit for Jamie Walker. The way he went down, it looked like he was in pain.
Yeah, definitely. The moment I saw him go down, I know we've spoke about him pre-match and about how industrious, how tenacious he is, how he loves to be physical in the game. But you know, you sometimes got to save players from themselves. You know, you've done a good job this evening. Okay, let's live to fight another day. Let's play next week, as opposed to making it worse during this Doncaster game and not being available for the next.
Well, he limps towards us on this near touchline. Will he be okay to carry on? Graham Alexander is right next to him, and I think he wants to carry on, so I think he will carry on.
Yeah,
Andy Kiwomya.
He certainly will. I think they'll monitor the situation, and then they'll be dictated to by how he responds to the next 10 minutes.
Oh, Wimbledon have had a sending off.
Lewis will take the free kick.
Joe Lewis, straight red.
Chases after it. Header away by Anderson. Gilead with the second ball. It's bouncing. Smith can't bring it under control. Then Smallwood prods it towards us here on the left-hand side. Kelly then with a barnstorming ball up the pitch. Again, Cook making a nuisance of himself and momentarily dispossessing Bailey, but he knocks it out for a throw deep inside Doncaster territory on this near side, the right. Sterry with the ball in his hands. City just need to try and find that third, don't they, Andy?
Yeah, they're just into. Well, Jamie, you know, I'm more pragmatic. I think if they can just ride this game out, you know, and grind it out, as long as they don't allow any complacency and they've ground in a great result. But if they could get a third, that would be icing on the cake.
They've had to grind out results of late. It's been a big staple of their winning run that they're currently on. Let's not forget that Accrington game. The first league victory for Graham Alexander. Who again, waving his arms around, very animated in his technical area. Alex Patterson jogging back towards the City bench. Will we see him soon? Looks to be coming on.
Yeah.
As he takes off that fluorescent substitute bib. Meanwhile, Tomkinson chests the ball down, turns away from his man, then just knocks it right for Halliday, curls it onto the thigh of Jamie Walker. Jamie Walker returns it to Halliday.
Oh, he's struggling.
And a big ball forward up the line.
Looks like Jamie Walker will be coming off.
And they've got possession in the left-back area of the field. City deal with that ball forward. And Senior doesn't give up on it. He's thrown himself around. Walker's on it now. He's kicked it out of play. He's taken matters into his own hands.
Yeah, he's struggling.
He is saying that I need to come off now.
He's coming off, Jamie Walker. Jamie Walker's struggling big time.
3 or 4 yards from where he is now.
Yeah, right heel, right ankle maybe. He limps off, and the referee just instructs him to leave the closest exit on the pitch, which is that far side for Jamie Walker. So a like-for-like change as Alex Patterson comes on.
Yeah. What a sub to have, Alex Patterson to come on for Jamie Walker. Jamie Walker's done really well this evening and has had to come off through injury, and Alex Patterson's coming on.
Alex Patterson coming on for Jamie Walker.
Goals in this game, Alex Patterson.
Very much enjoyed Graham Alexander's description of Alex Patterson as a Duracell bunny. The way he bobs around the pitch, and that is how Alex Patterson plays. Good sportsmanship there from Jack Senior. Walker kicked it out off his own accord because he was injured, and Senior threw it straight back to Harry Lewis. It's good to see, and Smallwood gave him a round of applause for doing so. Lewis then, big ball forward. Doncaster head on the end of it for Halliday on that far side. Up the line, looking for Gilead, who's dispossessed. Challenge comes in. Doncaster have it in a left-back position. And Walker has made the right call as he walks in front of the away end, as Halliday then dispossesses Rowe and brings it forward for City. Patterson squares it right. Gilead receives the pass, plays it back into the feet of Patterson, and then Tomkinson plays it behind for Platt. Platt then, switch of play, diagonal ball, looking for the head of Richards. Richards on the end of it, but heads it out for a Doncaster goal kick. It's a great reception for Jamie Walker, isn't it?
Yeah. The Bradford fans love him, don't they? And the 3,000 that are behind that goal are just acknowledging his, and he's acknowledging them.
He loves it, doesn't he? And rightly so. He's been in great form of late, Jamie Walker, in that 8 role, something that he admitted he's not used to, but he actually wanted to play.
It's a shame Jamie Walker's come off, really injured.
City defending here. And a skewed clearance from Richards towards close on this near side. And again, Richards is there because Doncaster just failed to profit from that moment of possession. Ironside, did he handle it? Certainly touched it up onto his shoulder. Referee unwavered. He's limping, isn't he? Andy Kwame just looking at Jamie Walker as he makes his way to the City bench. Meanwhile, Lawler clears for Doncaster. Foul. Heading behind, Ironside dispossesses Platt. Platt's gone down, Ironside carries on and he's through, but what a sliding challenge that was from Kelly. Covering for his teammate. Platt was waiting for the foul, waiting for the free kick. The whistle never blew, and Ironside was through on goal, but for a sliding challenge from Kieran Kelly.
Yeah, wonderful tackle. Last-ditch tackle from Kieran Kelly. Just pulled his centre-half partner out of the ditch, because at that moment it just looked as if Ironside was just going to pull the trigger and aim at goal, but the tackle deflected for a corner.
which will come from the right. Senior's there, as is Close. It's the right foot of Close. It's an outswinger.
Oh, good ball.
It's alive on the penalty spot. City poke it away through Richards, and they may counter. Right-hand side, Richards. Lonesome figure as he waits for support, and he finds it with Halliday. Now for Patterson on the halfway line. Oh, lovely turn away from a Doncaster player on that far left-hand side, and then picking up the ball was Richards, who was fouled. He's in the thick of it at the moment, Lewis Richards.
It certainly is, and that was a wonderful turn, wasn't it, from Alex Patterson? I think they call it the Maradona, named after him, the great man himself. But yes, Alex Patterson just getting himself out of trouble there on the halfway line.
Great bit of skill to do so as well. So, into the final 17 minutes of normal time here at the Keepmoat. Doncaster Rovers 1, Bradford City 2. As Cook nods that free kick down, it was behind Smith. He's made a good run. Doncaster clear their lines, and then Farley's late on Platt. He falls to the floor, bundled into his head, really, foul there. I don't think he meant it, but Platt was back up to his feet rather quickly, but free kick is the signal.
Yeah. Mo Fowl just turned his back as he was going to head the ball. That just allowed him to collide into Matty Platt without even looking at the ball. Referee give a clear free kick.
And that's the 18th foul of this game.
It just shows you just have to get down and dirty sometimes and win what you can.
Unlucky Cook it.
Finding the head of Andy Cook, but the angle was so wide that it was difficult for Cook to really do anything with it. Instead, just heads it out for a goal kick. So, as I say, we're entering the final stages of this game. Bradford City on the verge of 6 straight wins in all competitions, which hasn't been achieved by a Bradford City manager since 1984, under the then guidance of Trevor Cherry. Some record.
I was watching Bradford there. Trevor Cherry, good team.
It's not a bad start for Graham Alexander and Chris Lucchetti. Technically, this would be the first time that Bradford City have won 6 successive games since 1994. That was straddled over 2 seasons under Frank Stapleton and then Lenny Lawrence.
Oh, Lenny.
Someone that you know well, Andy Kiwomya.
I love Lenny.
And Richards looking to use the overlapping run of Patterson, who's full of energy since coming onto the field here. Doncaster Rover touch takes it out for a Bradford City throw. Matt Derbyshire just emerges to warm up. Osa Davey is out there still for Bradford City. He has been for most of this second half. Richards, Patterson, edge of the final third. Smith, Patterson, Richards once again. Patterson looking to lift it over the Doncaster player, but didn't quite get the scoop right. Clearance comes only as far as Richards on this near side.
Just give it to Alex.
Oh, that's nice. It's clever. It's cute. Richards and Patterson linking up, and Richards just trying to.
He's kept it in. Oh, give over. Oh, Barrow.
It was a foul from behind.
Barrow.
Don't agree. It was right in front of them. But a free kick is the signal.
It was great work, wasn't it, from Lewis Richards? Very good work, linking up play with Alex Patterson. It's great that now the wing backs are getting forward and creating so many chances.
Platt there doing the defending, getting the ball out of his feet and clearing long. Gilead kicking it onto the Doncaster player. There's some challengers coming in, but it breaks.
Send him! Send him!
Alex Patterson now.
Oh, what? Shocking.
Patterson, through frustration, gave up on it and stopped. And Alexander was furious with him for stopping.
Yeah, because it's what Alex Patterson would have seen as a simple through ball, and he will have been frustrated with him. We've got to remember he's just returning to the first team, and he's after a long layoff.
Kelly's clearance is blocked by Foul. That deflects into the path of Matty Platt, who just leaves it for Captain Smallwood. Smallwood's curled ball forward into a vacant area of the field that Doncaster Rovers eventually pick up. Lawler, the goalkeeper, then sends it high and long. Inside beats Smallwood to it.
Get rid. Keeper. Well done, Lewis.
But Platt just waited for Lewis to collect the ball, and the Bradford City goalkeeper accepts the invitation. Doncaster Rovers 1, Bradford City 2. It's been that way since the 43rd minute, and Andy Cook provided a no-look pass, a disguised ball through for his strike partner Tyler Smith, who
pulled his shirt there.
found a wonderful finish into the top corner. Lovely curled effort. That coming after.
Come on, City.
Pulled Bradford City level in the 27th minute, heading home a Jamie Walker corner. Doncaster Rovers took the lead after just 7 minutes when Joe Ironside capitalised on a Lewis error and curled into an empty net. City, though, looking for a third now. Smith trying to get the better side of Olowu. The Doncaster defender equal to it. Gilead picks up the clearance. Passes forward, that touches off a Doncaster player, and Bradford City have a throw.
Yeah, it's good to see that Graham Alexander at the moment hasn't made any subs. He's really rewarding the players for their performances, and while they're showing these energy levels, he's going to leave them on the pitch, which is good to see.
Throw towards Gilead, he's dispossessed. 50-50 sliding challenge between Ironside and Kelly comes out the better of it. Patterson then lifting it over the top, looking for the run of Gilead. Olowu comes over to kick it out of play, and Bradford City again have an attacking throw far side the right. They're building pressure.
Yeah, they certainly are, Jay. And that's one of the things that you're looking at when you make a sub. Can he come in and get into the pace? And he's certainly done that since coming on.
And is that the challenge for Graham Alexander, Chris Lucchetti, who again are in deep discussion about how they go about using their subs and whether they can get into the pace of the game, as the long throw goes in from Halliday, and it's headed away by Doncaster. Platt then lifts it back towards the box, and a slice clearance, no distance on it, keeps the attack alive for Bradford City. Tomkinson nodding it towards Andy Cook, just over his head, and it's collected by Lawler.
Yeah, good sustained pressure from Bradford City.
Close, closed down through the high press of Smith, and Smith with the final touch. Doncaster with the throw near side the right. Bailey. His throw is allowed to bounce. Kelly wrestles Ironside to the floor. Kelly says to the referee, well, Ironside had a hold of me. Ironside gets back up to his feet. The referee doesn't see it that way. Free kick Doncaster Rovers.
Stockport 2, Notts County 0.
Bradford City got to be careful giving away silly free kicks in this range, so close to the goal.
Yeah, it's edge of the final third, this free kick, isn't it? You see a bit of packaging just whistling in the wind to the right of this free kick. It's just picking up the conditions here in South Yorkshire.
8,645 at Doncaster with 2,845 from Bradford City.
The right foot of Close, the left foot of Senior.
Could go near post, I think.
Close curls it in, and it's straight into the hands of Harry Lewis. From the moment he kicked that, it looked too close to the keeper. We had a perfect view of that, and Harry Lewis collects it. We're into the 82nd minute here on BBC Radio Leeds. Doncaster Rovers 1, Bradford City 2.
Yeah. Graham Alexander just spurring his players on, just telling them, look, keep focused.
They're edging closer to that victory. Smith has Olowu over his right shoulder. Olowu just heads it out. City throw, far side there right. It's not been a spectacle, has it, in terms of free-flowing football? And
so it's currently Bradford 1, Doncaster 1.
Again, a real grind.
Last 9 minutes plus added time.
They're succeeding in performing, but Halliday just scooped it out for a throw for Doncaster and gifted possession back to the hosts.
Come on, Bradford.
Yeah, come the end of the season, if they've grounded out all the results, they'll just say promotion, won't it?
It's effective, isn't it?
It's effective, and that's what you want.
Oh, Colchester 2, Salford 0. Che Cooper's just scored for Colchester.
Right now, it's just being effective, rolling your sleeves up and grinding out results.
Speaking to those that watch League Two football, you hear a lot. You've just sometimes got to play to the level, respect the level. And, you know, sometimes you want to play football that's expansive and build out from the back, and there's a place for that. I'm not decrying that, but sometimes the most effective level of football at this standard is just to get stuck in.
Get stuck in, make it work. You know, whatever formation it is, make it work, get a result, and go from game to game, just building on the performance.
Double switch on the way for Doncaster Rovers. There's a break in play for yet another throw. Tommy Rowe will be replaced by Jack Goodman, and Will Flint is also coming on, and he replaces Jack Senior. So 2 academy products at Doncaster Rovers make their way onto the field of play. Some youthful energy. The order of the day maybe for Grant McCann as he looks to try and get something from it. Into the 84th minute here. It's Doncaster 1, Bradford City 2 still. And here comes Flint, already trying to make an impact. Racing forward on that far side, sees his cross blocked and behind, and there will be a corner for Bradford City to defend.
Yeah, nothing to lose. The young lad coming on, you know, wants to show that he wants to be in this team.
Defending this set piece once again. Corner then from the left.
Dangerous.
Close, whips it in at the near post.
Well done.
Goodness me, that's a volley. With distance and height. And crucially, gets the ball away from Bradford City.
Come on, Bradford.
Yes, good defending from Cook. We've seen that on a couple of occasions this game, where he's been the
Come
first
on.
line of defence.
Let's get another goal. Come on. Come on.
Trying so hard to get
Go on.
from it.
Go on, Cookie. Oh, Smith. Go on, Smith.
Looks in field, sees the option of Patterson. Patterson lays it off for Gilead. Back to Patterson.
Ball.
He lays it off.
Go on, Halliday.
Far side. Halliday up the line. Smith is there. Feeds it through for Gilead. Chance now for Bradford City.
Yes! Get in there, Cookie! Yes! There we go. Andy Cook celebrating in front now. Get in there, you beauty. Doncaster 1, Bradford 3, 85th minute.
Thank you and good night. That's what Andy Cook said when he dispatched.
Little dink there by Halliday.
But it was such a good goal, team goal.
Oh, what a goal. Great play, great teamwork.
Tyler Smith was involved, laid the ball round the corner for Alex Gilead on the overlap, and Gilead picked out Andy Cook, who just calmly slotted the ball into the goal from the cutest of angles. What a great goal from Bradford City. Great team performance, great team goal.
Absolutely was a great team goal. The way they built that from back to front. Superb football. Brilliant finish as well from Andy Cook. That's 12 now. For Andy Cook this season in all competitions. And yet another pyrotechnic is thrown onto the pitch here. Well, we spoke about it in the first half. Sadly, we're having to talk about it again in the second. To reiterate that statement from Bradford City, pleading with their fans to refrain from throwing on pyrotechnics. And there will be another break in play. They'll have to wait for this pyrotechnic to burn out before they can remove it. Meanwhile, whilst we wait for that to be removed,
there's been an issue with pyrotechnics again.
to then discuss their next move, Andy Kiwami.
Yeah, what they'll be discussing is saying how well Cookie has done in this game. 2 goals and an assist. He's been brilliant, you know, and he's been closely marked in this game, and he's managed to, on 2 occasions, get away from his markers and put the ball into the net. You know, I've got to go back to the pyrotechnics again. It's not acceptable. You know, we're not a club that does those things. You know, we've learned from the tragedies that we've had in the past, and we never want to be in that situation ever again. And by bringing these pyrotechnics into the game, you're exposing us to that situation.
Well said, Andy. Sadly, a select few amongst an away end that is absolutely jubilant because their team has yet again
reaction
performed on the road. Tyler Smith will be replaced by Manny Osadebe. We've seen Graham Alexander and Chris Laketti opt to use Osadebe more as a striker, really. Fresh legs up top, Andy.
Yeah, certainly that. You know, get around. You know, you like to get on the ball. You can get in behind. You can close it down. And if there's a chance, you can create and score a goal.
The play is back underway, thankfully, eventually.
Pyrotechnics. Need to stop bringing them.
From wrapping up yet another 3 points on the road. The header away by Platt is nodded further forward by Patterson. They may look for a fourth here. Richards steps on the ball and plays it behind for Patterson. Patterson then switching the play. That one's headed away by Olowu. Smallwood's there. Wins the aerial duel, looking for Gilead. That one's hoofed away this time by Flint on that far side. Tompkinson doing the defending for Bradford City. Dispossessing Ironside, holding him off and leaving it for Smallwood to sweep forward. On that far side, into it goes. Olowu heads it out. Bradford City throw.
Yeah, this is a real professional performance from Bradford City. You know, they conceded an early goal, but they didn't let that get the better of them. They've come back into the game with 3 goals to Doncaster's 1 and really deserved this victory.
What's impressed you the most, not just about this game, but the turnaround in such a short space of time for Bradford City under Graham Alexander?
It's the energy levels that they're showing in the games, Jamie, and the determination to just roll their sleeves up and just work hard. This is a hard-working team. I've not said that about Bradford City for a long time because they've worked hard in one half or the other half, not putting both halves together. And you can see by the late goal there that they have deserved, you know, look, they're running over this team now with the confidence.
Osadebe's on the ball, far side. Just dispossessed. Flint picking up possession for Doncaster Rovers, who go long. Platt doing the defending, switching it out. It will run for a Doncaster Rovers corner as we enter the final few moments here at the Keepmoats. The board will go up to signify additional time. 7 minutes of it.
7
minutes for Bradford City to just guide this victory home here in South Yorkshire. Corner from the left, it's an in-swinger. There's Andy Cook defending once more. Heads it high up into the air. Danger still not clear over Bradford City's. Anderson looks to keep it alive, but Richards comes over and volleys it away and out for a throw on this near side.
Yes!
Get in there, trouble now. I'm afraid to say in the away end, some stewards are grappling with a City fan as Richards hoofs it up the field. Smallwood then again lofts it high. It's been
It looks like there's been a bit of issues at the game now. Looks like a fan's been caught, probably throwing the pyrotechnics on them, probably now getting rested, and they'll probably get the 3-match ban.
But we saw the moments of quality have been produced by Bradford City in the goals, you know, and that's what it's needed in a game like this, where it is scrappy, Jamie. It is very, very even at times, but quality has made the difference.
Huge atmosphere from the away end.
Yeah, they're loving it, aren't they?
Yeah. A bit of trouble in and amongst what is, by and large, a great scene towards our left-hand side. There's been some great atmosphere, no doubt about that. Sadly, a select few and the pyrotechnics that we've seen this evening just leaving a sour taste on what should be and will be a brilliant evening's work for Bradford City and their team.
We were talking before the game about momentum, and when that crowd sense momentum, they come in their numbers, and that's when the teams start to perform at their best.
How much does that carry? I mean, we've spoken about this so much.
Reactions.
But
to the goals at the Doncaster.
That atmosphere, those 3,000 towards our left-hand side, how much can they carry you through with this momentum? How much can it help with the momentum?
Oh, Jamie, it's everything. It's when they take 3, 4, 5, 6,000 away from home, the opposition know that the Bradford City fans are travelling, so the team on the pitch must be doing good things, and that's the difference. This team is starting to turn a corner and show that they can produce good things.
Cross comes in from Doncaster there, trying to find a goal, and the header towards said goal is collected by Harry Lewis as we hit the 94th minute, so just 4 additional minutes left in this encounter. Got to say, the home fans, or what's left of them, have cleared out this Mad Friday. Zosadabi gives chase to that Lewis long ball. Molyneux on the far side doing the defensive work for Doncaster. Zosadabi still not giving up on it, reaching around Molyneux, who's backing into him and fouling the Doncaster forward in the process. Do get in touch with us during the Football Forum. 0800 389 3333 is a free phone number if you'd like to give us a call. Speak to Andy Kiwami and Catherine Hanna with you until 10:30.
So where are we? 3 minutes into the 7 minutes I've added on.
Also send a voice note if you'd rather. Those absolutely welcome to, and you can text 81333 WIS at the start of your messages. Plenty of ways to share your thoughts and enjoy this momentum. Goodness me, I don't think anybody could sense this kind of turnaround at half-time during the Notts County defeat. Lewis Richards grabs a hold of the hits of Bailey, fouls his man. He may get a yellow card for doing so. Tell me why that's excellent.
They wouldn't do that. They wouldn't have done that. That's a good foul on behalf of the team. That you're taking one for the team, slowing the process down.
Ball sent long towards the back post. Sterry heads across the face of goal. Foul picks it up, knocks it behind. Out to the right now for Sterry. Sterry, right edge of the penalty area. Left-footed ball, left-footed cross. Is headed away, and then the attack is kept alive by Doncaster, but they just can't bring it down. Tompkinson sees his clearance deflected out towards Molyneux on the far side. Halliday then chases after him. Molyneux gets the touch off Halliday, does he? Yes, he does. Signal his throw for Doncaster Rovers, far side the left. And here comes Ash Taylor to replace Manny Zosadabi. I think the digital board may have been incorrect there. It will be Andy Cook. And not only will this provide defensive utility into that back line for Bradford City, it also offers...
Andy Cook is now being substituted. He's coming off.
So richly deserves, after this evening's work, a brace on the road, a brace that has got 3 points for his team.
Jamie, you don't have to ask any questions about Ash Taylor being in the squad. This says it all. He is bringing him on. He trusts him to do this job. That's why he's in the squad. That's why he's on the bench, and he will be the presence that Graham Alexander expects in moments of testing times.
Yeah, and he's straight into the thick of the action on the end of that long throw and nodding it behind for a Doncaster Rovers corner. I mean, you look at that box right now, he is the tallest man.
Yeah, he is the tallest, he is the presence. Now, that is a real statement by putting him on at this time.
Corner whipped in swinger. Tompkinson heads away, back out to the corner taker, close. Feeds it into the path of Molyneux, who delivers, and guess who's on the end of it? Ash Taylor, not once, but twice he heads away. Out for a throw on that far side. Firm round of applause from Graham Alexander.
Yes, it's why he's in the team, and this is where he'll have to show his presence.
Halliday volleys away that long throw, only as far as Flint's for Doncaster. We are just about out of time by my clock. 20 seconds remain of this game. Zosadabi gives chase and nearly dispossesses Sterry. He's not giving up on it. Alexander still pleading with his team to get forward and press high, even in these final seconds. The drilled ball forward is collected by...
Alright, before the Blues, just have a quick look at the results.
Meanwhile, Graham Alexander again applauding.
So, Forest Green 0, Gillingham 0 full time.
He's happy not to move because he's just assessing the situation from where he is.
2. Barrow 3. Doncaster 1. Bradford 3. Stockport County County 1. And with Bradford City, they are up to 8th as it stands.
Holds off 2-3 Doncaster players. Kelly on this left-hand side. Richards gets his touch a little wrong, and Sterry intercepts for Doncaster Rovers.
7 minutes coming up to now.
Curled forward and up the line, but there's Matty Platts falling to the floor, heading the ball out of play.
Yes, good result. Bradford City 3.
For Bradford City. It's the ideal Christmas present.
Smith.
Graham Alexander and Chris Laketti. They are turning the fortunes around of this football club. 16th in the League 2 table when they took over at the start of November.
About 5-10 minutes up for the post-match chat live on Twitter. The search Race Hodge on Twitter.
He's the first Bradford City manager since